Hi, good evening.
Live. We're just going live, Lydia. That's it.
Okay.
We're live. um, yeah, we're live. Good evening, everybody. It is the 26th of March, 2018. We have on the panel so far this evening Astral, who is an Englishman who lives in Denmark. We have Paul, who's showing two icons there. He is our special guest tonight with healing hands, postures, and this German doctor. We have Patricia from the UK. We have Levkungfu, and we have Lady Co-Pilot with us. So good evening, everybody. And Lady Co-Pilot is European. Anyway.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening. So Paul's come on today to talk about healing hands, postures, and this German doctor. So do you want to talk a bit about the healing hand then, Paul? Healing hands.
Yeah, both things. We can be doing both things. The hands in the groin, as we were talking about a moment ago, it's very good for this moment. Probably if you have suffered about this time, because it helps to digest. So it would be a good thing whenever you want to try it. It's not. I mean, I would like you to experience the sensations which derive from applying your hands in certain points. You can get rid of sadness, anger, fear, worries, and improve your memory. Stop gluttony. Whenever you have this feeling you have to eat a lot, and doing, for example, putting your hand here on your cheek and the other. Do you see me? Am I visible?
One on your bum, and then, one on your bum, and then one on
there.
You need to stand up, Paul.
Yeah.
Just to explain, I didn't say that Paul is from Spain, by the way. We have a Spanish man in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, in the middle of your back. Yeah, we can see that, middle of your back. And your face.
Yeah, that for 5 minutes, and you really, if you ever smoke weed and you have this terrible feeling you have to eat so much, that will help you instantly, almost instantly.
Yeah, you obviously think that the healing hand bit is obviously underrated then, when it should be more practiced. Is that right?
Yeah, it should be it is very intuitive. We do it without noticing it. Babies do it. The most important, or the first, is grabbing your hands, just grabbing them like that. You see it? I don't see myself, so I don't know how do I look. You see what I do, no? Just grabbing, not pressing, not anything. In any way you can be in many places like that. We do it. So if you keep practicing, you will notice some kind of control about the feeling. It's not very controllable at the end, but it helps. It's good, and it's ancient. It comes from old Japan, and it's like, if you have ever seen old Japan karate or kung fu B movies, they move, and when they ever try to heal somebody who is wounded on the floor, they place their hands in strange ways, and it's tradition that hands are whenever you fall, you place your hand immediately in the area which hurts. Yeah, and you, like Reiki or like some other practices, and it heals. And also the mudras are very important too. Well, let me play a bit the singing bowls to enter a new dimension for a brief moment.
go. Yeah, we heard those.
Another thing I want to share with you people is whenever this is the posture of the memory. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
Well, whenever I did, you practice for a while every day, and your memory will boost a lot. Just lying in bed, you can do it the moment you wake up or whenever you need it. And I experienced a lot of benefit of it in exams. It's strange, but in exams you can sit like this. You see me? And
Yeah.
it's not very noticeable, so you can act like this for a while, and I got very good notes in doing exams of history recently. It works really.
So basically, we should be healing ourselves then. We can do all this ourselves. And what we do is we run off to the doctor or somewhere else.
Let me. This book. You see it? Okay. This book. It's in Spanish, but
Okay.
it's The Healing Touch. I don't know if you can get it for free in internet somehow, but you can buy it.
Okay.
It's definitely worth it, the $10 or whatever.
And what's the translation of that?
The Healing Touch, Dinkin Jutsu.
Maybe Lev knows a little bit something about that. Sounds a bit familiar.
It's very practical.
Yeah, 'cause he's called Levkungfu because he does kung fu.
Hello, Paul. Yeah, I've heard of a Jinshin Institute, a jiu-jitsu. There's so many styles, aren't there?
Yeah.
Different things. Is it more like in the Qigong area? Yeah, the energy type of area, this one.
Yeah, if you do in this book, there are certain channels in your body that if you follow every 2 hours, they change. And if you do every put your hands in where this book says, and it's a repetition, you can do it every day. You really feel a river flowing through your body in ecstasies sometimes. It's really incredible. It's really incredible. You feel waves of heat and waves of calm and waves of energy. It's true.
Which we're all to do with, isn't it? It's all to do with frequencies and stuff with around us anyway, isn't it? Energies and frequencies.
Yeah, our body is full of it the whole time. And just a reminder, because this is very intuitive, and we've done it. For example, this position is for chaotic situations. It creates a channel between your both. Hi Jay. This is it creates a channel between both paths, and within 36, if you want to stay this way for a while, it's a bad language position. It creates a channel between both hands, and it really alleviates. It's this word, right? It really
What, putting your
heals.
hands underneath your arms like that? Are you showing us a position there, Paul?
Yeah, and this is what we do when we are children and we are angry and we stay like this, and it's because of something. because it cures your problems, your stress of the time. Jay, have you ever heard talking about Dr. Dirk Hammer, the new German medicine?
I don't think so, but Santos Bonacci shared an awesome video of an American doctor who went to Germany and talked about how in Germany they are very good with diet and focusing on being alkaline. So it might relate to that, but sorry, go ahead, man.
No, it's about, he was an oncologist, he and her wife, and they went to Italy to work with other oncologists in Italy. And they went with his son, and his son got shot in a hunting accident while they were there. And after that, the son died, and a few months after the son's death, both father, Bill Hammer, and her wife got cancer. He got it in the testicles and he in the breast. So they knew instantly that the cause of the illness was the loss of their son. So he refused to do any chemo and any other treatment, and he got well. And that was in the 80s, and he continued to do it with a lot of people, and even people who the same government said that had died in papers because they had a very advanced cancer. They were there reading the paper where they were dead to the camera, and it's important because it's about the emotions. Whenever you are, he states that whenever you are in a stressful situation, lives in solitude, that's where the problem comes. You can't express it, and cancer, in fact, it's not the problem. It's the solution, what the body is doing to get well. And what you have to do is nothing. Just be lazy as an animal. Just stay there and don't move, because there's so much movement inside your body, so much changes you are adapting. It's counterproductive. And Dirk Hammer is wonderful to listen about. He even composed music, and he says that every beautiful music that we've ever heard about Beethoven or Mozart, it was there. The music, a stressful situation that became he found a solution within that music. You got that? And he himself wrote some music, and it's good stuff. Good man to hear.
May I add to
So
that?
basically,
Okay.
oh, go on then, Jay. Go on.
Go.
Go for it, Jay. No, go for it, Jay. Go on.
Thank you. Sorry. Much love to the chat room and the panel. This is beautiful. So, cancer, very good topic, because cancer in astrology is a very important energy. And it's not a coincidence that our biggest disease deals with the sacred feminine crab, or the scarab beetle of Egypt. It's a symbol of the mother, and it's where the moon is very strong and where the summer is very hot. So the crab, or the cancer, is a symbol really of a moment in the seasons where we're getting very hot in the summer. So it means our vibration, our bodies are going to be in tune with our solar plexus in a Cancerian way. So what's interesting with like what my man is saying about disease, if I don't know about my stars, if I'm not in tune with the nature or of the cancer crab or the beetle that it was in Egypt in the ancient times, if I'm not aware of its function, of its offerings before I was existing, then it's hard for me to heal, like what he's saying about we do too much with cancer. We get radiation, we go on a diet, we go fitness, we watch these things, and we're getting more and more fearful but we're not being given natural, holistic, hall or halo, helios, the sun, Greek, information, which is all this is about is a war on light. Hence your Illuminati people are demons with sun energy. They take a Cancer symbol, which is beautiful for all of us. And they give us GMO with Om in it. Om is in GMO. When you're eating your fast food, you're praising a deity, right? So,
Paul, turn
good?
one off.
Yeah, my phone.
no
My
worries.
phone ran out.
All good. Did you want to talk?
No, he was just changing over because
Okay.
his phone was running out, I think, and it just made an echo.
Okay.
Carry on, Jay.
Yeah. So thank you. Really awesome conversation because it's so important. So if we can rethink what cancer really means, cancer metaphorically is mama. It's the birther. It's the, pardon my language, it's the vagina. It's the opening of the hot summer. So when we get sick with that so-called disease, which is not real, it's an illusion they've created to make us confused, we're going to get fearful. We're going to get medication. We're going to get the doctor to come tell you, do this process as you get bigger and bigger and more fearful and acidic. Fear creates acid, creates the cancer. The thinking about it. Of course, he just told you have 1 month to live. So, okay, get all your plans. Now I'm going to die? No. Eat a plant. Drink a certain thing of water. It'll go away. And lastly, I believe, did my man mention the hand? The energies in the hand? Is that what you're talking about earlier with healing? I forget, sorry, the man's name with the beautiful hair.
Paul.
Paul?
Paul.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think he mentioned the hands, right? A little bit or no?
He did. Healing hand.
Okay. Simple. Santos is big on this. Hand in Latin is manus or manos in Spanish. Manipulation, maneuver, easy. That's Minerva. Hence, Cancer is the goddess. See, you have to get the words. The story comes out in the word. So if I'm sick, right, the last thing I want to hear, you're going to die in 2 months and this medication and it'll cost you $100,000. Now you can't breathe, for God's sake. You already know you're sick. Now this one's telling you who smokes cigarettes and eats and drinks Pepsi and cheeseburgers all day, no judgment, a death sentence, right? When if you look at the word, like my man said, it all deals with nature and a vibration. I yield the floor.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Jay. Paul won't mind me saying I think this is Paul's first hangout, so he's a little bit nervous, but I think he's doing extremely well considering he's Spanish, translating into English, and on his first hangout. I think you're doing really well, Paul, so much love.
Hola. Hola.
Hola, Jay. In fact, it's half Irish, half Spanish. Not English. Not English.
No, I said in English. You know, you're speaking in another language, so that's also quite hard to translate. You're doing very well.
Thank you. Basically, it's the fear of death, the cause of all illness, no? Because, and fear itself, no? And
yeah, they get us with fear, don't they? Anyway, that's what it is. They throw fear at us day in, day out, every advert, every program on that television.
yeah. Well, another great tip from the healing hands thing, Ginseng G2. It's hard to say.
How did you get into all this then, Paul?
I went to India to learn meditation, and I went to an ashram for 2 weeks, and I went to the south of India, Chennai, and there in the oneness university, which I stayed in Mona, which is me and my friends stayed in Mona for 9 days, which Mona is no talk and don't interact with others, even don't look them to your eyes. Just stay in your own, eat very healthy and vegetarian food and meditation and inner solution of problems and experiencing and not running away from pain, I would say, which is the cause of suffering is not experiencing the pain as it is. Pain is necessary. It's in life. Pain exists, but suffering is optional. That would be and then not nice.
You mean we put ourselves in pain in our mind? You mean that kind of thing?
If you run away from whatever hurts, it will hurt. And well, anyhow, I went to India and I went also to Auroville, which is Aurobindo. If you heard of Aurobindo, has anyone heard of this guy?
No.
Well, he founded a city where people don't use money; they change work. Someone teaches others to sing, to dance, and they have a living. I didn't stay much longer there, but there's an interesting thing in there which is called the Matri Mandir. It's an enormous sphere which people don't stop entering there from years and years ago, and they spend 15 minutes in meditation. And it's an amazing place. And it's a bit strange because inside there is 6-point stars inside, and also it was paid by the UNESCO. You know the UNESCO?
What did you say? Sorry.
Anyhow, when I came back, I started to do sun gazing. It's one thing I would like to say, which is fantastic and recommended. I've been doing it for 10 years and keep doing it, and it works a lot. Also, so this position of the hands, let me see if you can, this here. There. As the one before.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah.
This one.
And what's this for?
It's depression. It's to end depression, not to make depression, okay? And it's I've been through some of it, and it has helped me a lot. It still does, and the other side too.
I'm doing it now. I'm doing what you say. I'm putting my hands there.
Can I add something to that, Paul?
Yeah, sure. Do.
Okay, I teach ballet. This is really beautiful. In ballet, we have what is called the reverence. We bow, and the men take their hand from their chest like this, and they present the hand open, and then they bow. Now you just made sense out of why they take from here and then they open, because the heart and earth and heart are the same. So you're showing the place of where all art comes from, your heart. You're leading.
Yeah. So much
Ah.
things you say with your body, no? Which is. Yeah, another interesting theme is body language, no? Which how we talk more through our body than words. Haha. No? It's,
Yeah, people don't realise it.
yeah.
And they don't really realise what they're saying because of their body language and
That's
stuff.
true, Karen.
Yeah, and women
I
are
mean,
much
if you're
more
really
perceptive.
sensitive, if you're really sensitive, you know what they're saying, even if they don't. I don't mean because you could see into them. I mean, they're actually, the words they're using and what they're saying, you know what they mean, even if they don't.
Exactly. You guess how people feel. Even if you are used to sense it, you can sense before. And this when, if you practice sun gazing and you keep a work on yourself, you become intuitive. And sometimes it happened to me from time to time that I think the thing before it happens, but a few moments before, like The Shining, you know. Have you what happens to the kid that senses things before it happen, but not with dramatic things. It happened with normal
Someone's trying to ring you.
things. This, well, that is another story. But I like to talk about power plants. Have you?
Can I say one thing? Can I just say one thing? Lady Co-Pilot, what do you make of all this? Is this something that you're into?
Yeah, absolutely. And also like acupuncture and everything like that. So I had my son actually, which had autism when he was 3. I had him cured not really with hands, but with a little brush. And we had to brush him every 2 hours. And his whole body except the front. And that releases serotonin in its body, and it repairs actually the dendrites. So it's the ends of the ends of the nerves, and by that we cured his autism. So and also with some other things, with high vitamin C and some other things, but yeah, so the touch, that's really important. So I'm totally behind these things, but I did not know about, you know, the specific way that you hold your hands on your back and in front and everything. I didn't know about these things, but yeah, I can imagine that it's also in yoga you have some sort of poses that you do, you know, to release, I don't know, energy or whatever. But yeah, I don't know how it works, but I know that it does work.
Yeah.
So
Just ask, what about you, Patricia? That's okay. I was just asking around the panel. What about you, Patricia? Do you think you might try some of those things now?
Sorry, I missed some of it because I was on the phone. I was
just the healing part, yeah. Because we know that you struggle with pain.
Yeah, I was actually saying to my nephew who was on the phone that I wanted to listen to tonight because I know someone who does the healing, and I'm like, I so want to have it done to me. He thought I meant me going to finding about that. He says, oh, we all have the potential. I said, no, I want it done to me. You know, like I need to be pain free or at least have a little bit of respite. But yeah, I'm really, really interested in this sort of thing. Yeah.
Hey, maybe Paul
what
could
are you
help
showing
you
there?
do,
What are you showing there?
Yeah, these are attractolites. Can you see the term attractolites there?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a Chinese herb. I highly recommend this one because it's very diverse for healing. I would say most of our, and I'm not hogging the mic, pardon me. I'm trying to add some good advice for Chinese herbs. If you heal your kidneys, that's where stones grow. Your gallbladder, that's where stones grow. If you drink this kind of tea, Attractolites, it cleans out your intestines and it cleans out your kidney. It flushes it because the kidneys and the intestines are the ones taking all the acid, all the crap, all the stuff from your smoking, medication, and it's just sitting there blocking you.
Yeah.
Hence why we fester, Uncle Fester, the Addams family. You can't make this stuff up. Right, why we have the Walking Dead Corporation, Vatican City of the Dead. We're all sick and dying.
Okay.
Really important to have people like this, natural medicine. Sorry, pardon me, go ahead.
It's great. Thanks for that one. I need to do the hands now because I feel depressed with what you say. Go back. Thank you, Jay. Anyway, I'll just go back. Maybe Paul might be able to give movements for Patricia. If I just explain, Patricia, explain what you've got, and then maybe he can help you.
Yeah, tell me. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, flipping heck. I hate talking about myself. Can I just do it telepathically? No. Sorry. I have severe rheumatoid arthritis with synovitis in my shoulders and my knees. And that's pretty much the main source of pain. All my joints just have it. It's what I would describe as like a nagging toothache, you know. And when people say toothache, they think it's not a pain, but it is a pain. It's a pain in the mouth.
Grab your ring finger. Grab your ring finger. You see your ring finger. If you feel pain in your left area of your mouth, grab your right ring finger. And if you feel pain in your right cheek of your mouth, grab your left finger. Always the opposite. Okay?
No, it's not toothache. It's not. It's like in my joints. It feels like a toothache. You know, constant in all my joints.
Well, the knees are in Ginseng Jitsu, the practice of this book. I show it again. The healing touch. It's in Spanish here, but it's in English in the whole world. And the number one, there are 26 points in your body, which gradually they develop everything, all the things we have, all the things we can do, feelings, memory, all. And the number one is the knees. Under the hands, putting your hands under your knees, with crossing your hands, your left. You can do it with not crossing if you can't. But if you can, you cross them and you put them under your knees. It's called the motor of life here in Ginseng Jitsu. The motor of life, and it really is a powerful place.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, like this, just like this. You see where I put them, like this.
All right. Okay.
If you feel like this, it's okay too. Okay, but then crossing it makes a circuit, some kind of circuit, and like an eight.
Would that work for my elbows as well? Because I do get a lot. Well, my shoulders and my elbows.
In fact, these things, it's just a patch for these other illnesses. You can start to feel and start to notice how the body is. But as I was telling, illnesses have an emotional reason, have an emotional detonator. Is it that is producing them. It's something in each of us' life, or that something, some circumstance which is not, is stressful in some way, some whatever, pain, something which has not been resolved in a total way, which we have been putting patches here and there, and it's even making the thing worse. And we know in some way this is what happens. Our body knows. That's why it hurts. And by as I said before, give yourself time, and we know time does not exist, but do nothing. Stay there. I found some people call the Essenian, which their meditation posture is a fetal position.
Say that last bit again.
The meditation posture, not like this, which is good to keep yourself centered and focused, is fetal position, like in the womb.
Yeah.
Fetal position.
Fetal position.
When I meditate, I curl up.
You do meditate?
Yeah, a little bit. So you were saying about putting my hands underneath my knees. How long do you suggest to do that for?
Till you feel the energy. This is all about feeling the energy. It's not about doing something and you have to feel it. It's tangible.
Okay.
It's what it's about.
Right, I'm gonna try that now, and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah.
If I start floating around the room, is that to be expected?
What?
If I start floating around the room, is that to be expected?
Did you take some weed or what?
I meant physically, not mentally floating.
You're funny, Patricia. I love you.
Can I ask Tricia one question? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Full stuff. It's you can allow yourself to. There's another position called cleaning our hearts with laughter, and you can create by putting any one of your hands in your groin and the other hand in your foot. This is a very powerful position and very enjoyable.
Lesson.
Is it? It looks like you've got a twist. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Like the game of yourself. If you find do it, well, fine too.
I won't be trying that. I don't think, not yet. Anyway, seeing as I've got limited mobility, it's like.
Can I just say something? Patricia's in quite a lot of pain. We're not just talking about once a month. We mean all the time.
German medicine, listen to those people, because they are experts. Whenever something is hurting, it's because it's going in the right way. Pain is good. Pain, when it's hurting, it's because changes are happening in a dramatic way, but changes for the good.
Really?
This is where I laugh hysterically. Pain is a good thing. Well, it means to me something's wrong, but if you
it's a
think
good sign. I mean, when it's alive, something hurts. Not all the time, but
I think what he means is, I know what he means. When things are healing, very often we get a lot of pain, and actually that's just your body healing, but you do feel pain. You mean that kind of thing. You don't mean Patricia. Yeah.
All right, I'll let you off then.
Jay?
Go ahead, Jay.
Jay, do you want to say something?
First of all, thanks again for this awesome conversation about health. Very important. So, Patricia, I'm just going to ask, and I'm not judging whatsoever. This is not judgment. I'm just going to ask, do you eat meat? And if you smoke cigarettes, and if you drink wine, I'm just curious.
I don't eat meat.
Okay.
I do smoke, and I
Okay.
don't drink wine.
Do you drink beer?
No, I have an occasional glass of sherry, a little glass.
Okay. How much do you smoke then?
I don't know. I'd say between 20 and 30, maybe. I don't really count, to be honest. But
A day?
it is quite a lot. Yeah. No, an
Okay.
hour.
Okay. So your smoking is a consistent thing then every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I would say this, and it's not judgment. I used to smoke, and I tried to dance, ballet, and smoke.
Jay, can I just say it's one of the only pleasures she's got left now.
No,
Well-
like, please don't take it away, please.
I know. And listen, I get it. I am not judging you. I understand why tobacco is not supposed to be.
Just so that you know, that she is stuck.
Of course.
I smoke too.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying be careful what it is, what kind of tobacco that you're smoking. There are tobaccos today, apparently, that we've researched on the panel that say it's not as toxic. So if you can, I encourage you to try to veer away from the typical, let's say, what, Benson and Hedges, Marlboro, whatever, they all put that crap in it, because your arteries, smoking is the most intense form, if it's toxic, of suffocation to your arteries and your organs. And it causes tar. Tar is the opposite of what your organs need to then meditate and get out the toxins. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, so I've got some of the green stuff. I might not advertising, just got a little bit. It's supposed to be for the pain, but to be honest, just felt like top of my head was coming off. So I didn't really like that sensation.
You can get marijuana without the feeling of being high. It is medicine. It's the one thing you want to smoke, actually. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. Well, what?
So we've got Astral back there. That's good. We lost Astral. He was ringing the wrong hangout. Anyway, go on, Paul.
What the German medicine says about smoking is that you are feeling guilty about something because you are harming yourself in some way because you are inhaling metals in a very tiny proportion. Nonetheless, I've been in ayahuasca ceremonies, and in some of these we smoke tobacco, and it's been a tradition for thousands of years, and it goes deep, and who knows? But in essence, it's not something good for your health. And I quit smoking long ago, and I stayed without smoking 5 years, and then came back for in a party or whatever. I mean, it's easy to leave, but it's not the cause of death, and not even of the lung cancer. That's what these people have found out, that it's just the emotion not felt enough, not having enough time to feel all the thing, not having enough time to be lazy about it. And it's difficult in our time to get lazy because of the absurdities we do for work and so on. But it's the key. No hospitals, forget them, and no pills, and no things like that. Do Reiki, do Jinshin Jitsu, like places like this in your body. The groins is a perfect place. Another posture that gives a lot of power is one hand in your back, here in your kidney area, and the other one in your groin, in your opposite groin. Okay, in your groin, close to your parts. Okay. This is a posture. It's called a posture for victory. If you do it for 5 minutes, you'll start to feel good inside, and it allows you to focus on that sensation. And because most of the things are just learned trauma, that we have traumas from childhood, we have traumas imposed through terror attacks and all the stuff, and it's, you know, enough of that, because it's embedded in our bodies, and our bodies tend to function in a way, another day the same thing, and we get used to feel bad, and this can help a lot, and with your hands. You had it always in your hands. It's like this. Horry was all the time so close. It really helps. And do you people know MMS, the Jim Humble stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Sodium chloride?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I've heard there are a lot of videos in YouTube in Spanish about women healing their autist children with it.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to thank people in the chat, Has Truth Engineer, and all the people which don't know, can't remember the name. A lot of things I've learned from them. One of them, I'm trying it now, and it feels very good. It's the colloidal gold. It's easy to do, and great.
What's that?
Colloidal gold.
Gold. Oh yeah, I have silver, but you have gold. That might be better.
It goes to your area here, and
Okay.
good.
I have it as a let's say as a first aid thing, like a natural antibiotics in the cabin of the.
In the world. Well.
So basically, most or all the illnesses are caused because we don't have enough emotions going on. So if you're completely shut off and you don't love or like anybody, you're more likely to become ill because you've got no emotions. And in love, we need love.
Yeah, we need to express them, even if it's anger or not express them, but experience them and let them flow, because we are a river. There's a river inside of us, an ocean inside of us, moving constantly. And even at night, if you ever wake up at night with this book, you can feel from time to time the energy going from a finger to another, and you feel it, a relief inside, which is the next day you have to do it again. It's like being a good gardener. It's about that. Getting used to it, knowing it, and a very fantastic thing is doing it with people. Do
you know what you've made me realise, Paul? You've made me realise we have on the panel, we have James from New Zealand, and he talks about the fact that they've manufactured fear to make money.
Yeah,
so if they make us live in fear and we don't care and we don't love each other and there's none of that going on, then we're going to become ill. So this is obviously part of their program.
Yeah,
it's terrible,
I'm sure
isn't
they
it?
are able to do those things, because in cinema even they have structured our minds in such a way that we behave as planned, you know, from Bilderberg and all this scum, I would say. But here we are. We have noticed all this thing, no, and we must
rethink
power and feel.
Yeah,
Regain.
and get those energies back and those vibrations.
Yeah, do they sound good?
Yeah, they always sound good, don't they, those bowls?
And another nice thing we have to get used to is to our humor, our mood is our responsibility, in such a way that in Spanish is very visible, the word. It's whenever somebody has a cancer, they say here, well, they say here and everywhere, tumor. But in Spanish, it turns to be that it's tu, which is you, tu humor. Your humor has like that. It's the same word says it. See what I mean? So it's a very important thing to have in mind and be aware of all. And that's it. It's enough thing to do. A bit of work and a bit of.
Oh, he's got his little piece of paper.
Yeah.
Does anybody want on the panel want to sort of interject there with what he said? You know, we don't have love, and actually our illnesses are caused by ourselves because we don't connect, we don't love, we don't touch.
May I dance with this one? Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I see that in my dance classes. I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing the corporate body. I'm seeing the dead Vatican, city of the dead bodies coming in, and they're all afraid to breathe. First thing, they don't. They hold it.
Yeah,
they don't speak. They're afraid to. Right. They are very afraid to say anything to me. I'm their teacher, but I say I'm not your teacher. I'm sharing space with you. I try to encourage them to stand where I'm standing and to demonstrate the combination that I showed. Because I'm building trust, or tumor, trust, Taurus, the Taurus field. The chakra, the whirling wheel, is your Taurus field. When you're giving to people, you're oscillating. Proper breathing, meditation. You can meditate when teaching someone.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be helping them to relax.
Yeah,
And what they do in dance, yeah, go ahead.
To feel their level. Yeah. And
Yes.
as you can, no?
Yes, man. And it's so important because in school, they spend so much time on technique, sit-ups, exercise. But if I'm not happy here and here, I'm just doing it because I'm trying to impress you, or I'm just doing it, right? As opposed to
more left brain stuff, right? That's what they do. So it's all about the ego and what you do, dancing and sharing, and that's more of the right brain stuff and creating. So yeah, but that they don't teach in school because that's not part of the plan, right?
Very good point. And if I can dance with you, thank you. Your name again, pardon me.
Lydia.
I'm honored. Beautiful point. I teach the 5 elements in dance because there are 5 major positions in ballet. The number 5 is everywhere. Give me 5. We go on and on, right? So what I do is I come into this environment. I somehow snuck into the education system, and I'm teaching nature, the 5 elements, the 5 geometric shapes, and how they align with yoga. Yoga does numbers and 5s, and Ashtanga means the 8th branch of the tree. 8, we have quadriceps. That's 8, 4 and 4. You are the Ashtanga tree. You're 8. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to bring it back. And I've had some people tell me this, Lydia, you'll love this, that elements aren't real, that's not what we want, that elements need to be outside of the studio. And I'm like, okay, the studio is made of earth.
Yeah.
The studio has oxygen in it, which is the octahedron element. Whoops, I can't talk about. We are so repressed today that even talking about nature, never mind religion. Religion isn't the thing. It's now Earth is a big problem now. So I yield the floor. That's so important to get back to nature.
Yeah, it's true.
Walk on the beach, on the woods. Is anyone who hasn't done sun gazing?
No, I haven't.
I have. I do it all the time, and it works. He's absolutely right.
Please do it.
Yep.
Can I just say
I
that?
like the-
Can I just say that Flat Earth Unity's joined us. Josh, hello, Josh.
How's it going, y'all? I definitely agree. Sun gazing is very important. Sun gazing, moon gazing, and star gazing. Barefooted,
Mhm.
extend your periods over time, never ever quitting.
Yeah. I love the definition a friend of mine and I reached of sun gazing, which is having when you smoke weed, but without the dizziness, lucidly, I would say. It's the same energy you feel overwhelmed, but without, you know, being all that way the weed does. And it's just for it's and gratis. Gratis is free in Spanish.
Same in Dutch. Gratis.
Hey.
Josh, I don't know if you heard what Paul was saying. Basically, what he's saying is that they're pushing us to no emotions, and having no emotions causes the illnesses. If we have emotion and we're happy and we're laughing and we're cuddling and we're loving, we will have a lot less illness.
Yeah, but
Because
also
we don't do a lot.
because now you're saying all the nice stuff, but you also have to, if you're sad, you have to allow yourself to be sad and not, you know, go for the cigarettes, because that my best friend, she's smoking also, and also I don't have any, you know, judgment about it, but you sedate yourself a little bit with the cigarettes. You know, you don't allow yourself to feel the pain when you sedate yourself with the cigarettes. You know, it's like also people abuse food for that, and they don't go through you know, all the emotions. So fear and everything, you can go just through it and feel it and just not be it, and then it's, you know, if you just allow it for a little bit, then it flows away again.
This one is
Yeah,
very
I was just catching Josh up in the bit that that's what Paul was talking about, is the fact that things are happening because we don't feel anything.
I
We've shut
feel that it
everything
has
off.
to do, like I said on another show with you, I believe it has to do because we're no longer a community. We no longer are communal with each other. We no longer share with each other. We no longer cry with each other. We no longer grieve with each other. We no longer console each other. We no longer take counsel with each other. I mean, there's so much that it can keep going. Raw is just making me like smile ear to ear because he's already understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. No, I just wanted to dance with this because what he said is like probably the most conscious thing anyone could say, right? It's we. It's a we issue, right? We're not separate from another person getting cancer. So if someone's getting hurt right now, we are related to them. Psychically, we have to, yeah. That's the elephant in the truth movement too. And here's the thing I encourage people who do truth and research: breathing first. Before you wake up, deal with your trauma. Make sure you have closure with yourself. It's okay, because you're still going to have flaws when you wake up. You're going to have flaws. You're going to get angry. You're going to go out there and talk, and you might create more friction. I did that when I first came out with truth. Now, it's a process, right? So I had to learn from other people who helped me be better. I had to listen to how to give the information, and here's how I feel it's the best. Etymology. Why is astrology important? For anyone, I don't care what you believe. Why is astrology not the devil? Because of this. It's very simple. You have a solar plexus, solar in your stomach. The light of the world is in your core, hence why you have the Marine Corps. You have a lunate, listen, lunate bone, luna, which means moon in etymology. You have the sun and moon group sun and moon, flat earth group is inside your body physically. So when you stare at the moon, I think it's called trakara in yoga, for 10 minutes, don't blink, start crying. When you cry, the moon's magnetic light is healing you. It likes you when you cry because it's mama. The sun, it's a little bit more intense, but it's different. It's giving you fiery, electric awareness. And then the moon gives you the, okay, I'm coming down from my high, and now I'm grounding.
Can I just say, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Jay, I'm being pushed in the chat room. And Jay, a member there, China Mrs. She has panic attacks. She wants to know what's the best attacks.
I missed some of that. Sorry. Go
What's
ahead,
the
man.
best to help with someone with panic attacks?
This
Oh.
position.
Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Thanks, Josh.
This, your hands under your arms. Sorry if the camera is not doing fine.
It's all right. My panel's been.
Like this for 36 breathing. You stay like this, your thumb up, your thumb here. And the other
One
hand the
second,
same.
Paul. I don't know if my panel's changed over. Well, I'm looking at Jay right now. 1 second. It's just taking ages.
Just like this.
Oh, I see why.
Just like this. If you can
Once-
help, if you can help the person, you do it to the person in that place for 36 breaths or more. If more, better. But and the 20 breathing, you start to feel at ease. I have experienced it a lot of times. I work here in a petrol station, and I've seen people with a small car accident, which it completely makes you in a alarm state.
Can I just say one other thing? Lady Co-Pilot, you've got to go.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't, want to break in, so I just put a little message
Yeah, I
there.
know,
But
we don't see that often. It's nice to say goodbye to you.
okay, well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it, but I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's
Nice
okay, my
meeting
darling.
you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting
See
you
you
too,
soon.
and everybody. So I hope to be back then and hear more about this because I really like it. So I will be back. Okay.
And bless you for having the chemtrail notification in your picture, because people don't look at that stuff.
I know it's awful, but yeah, I know it's there. Too bad. And
Love
I'm not
you.
making them. Just
Yeah, lots of love, Lady Co-Pilot.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Bye
Lots
bye,
of love.
everybody.
Mwah. See you soon.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye.
I remember this for chaotic
Yeah,
situations. It's called.
Yeah, Paul, back to you. Back to you. Keep talking now.
This is for chaotic situations and also for fear. For fear, the finger index is the most important. And the hours of more fear during the day are the hours from 5 in the evening to 8, 9. As that changes, this changes too. But it relates a lot to that area of the day when the sun leaves and the twilight comes in. This finger and the other finger. This area in the fingers is related to the kidneys. So if you put your hand in your kidneys,
We can't see anything, Paul.
You
We
can.
can only see your icon.
You can see. You can
If you're
see.
trying to, yeah, if you're trying to do this for China Mrs. in the chat room, we can't see. It's just your icon.
Not my.
That's because our brother's talking about healing. Of course, they're going to bottleneck the truth and bottleneck healing. They'll show it if we was arguing with each other.
Right. Well, this is the finger of fear. Okay.
Can't see it. We can only see your icon.
He's using his pointer finger, his index finger, and says that, I believe he said that is the finger for the kidney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right. Yeah.
Right.
And just grab your finger as you grab your. The strange thing is that I do look at me. Again. Well, grab your finger and then the other finger. If you could be able to show me, you would see a position which is a mudra, which you can grab almost your two fingers. But
The chat room say they can see you, so carry on, Paul.
Very
Okay.
good.
Fine. Well, chat room, you know, you can, if you can do this, it's not all that easy, but it helps a lot. And just stay like that. You don't have to press or anything. As ears is has all the parts of the body in the ears, so the hands, so the feet, and kidneys. You can put your hands there. Also, another mudra you can do is this one, but you grab your two thumbs like a moto. Wow. You see? I say it, I do it again. You place one thumb, the other one, and you stay like that for a while. Wherever if you can't, this takes a bit of just thinking how to do it. Grab one, and that's it. Also, a fantastic mudra that I wanted to show, it's this, which is for knowing your life's purpose. Just to feel it, not knowing, feel it, and it goes like this, through your pointing to your heart. Your left hand in your chest, here in your heart area, and in the middle finger, you doing this mudra. Just place it there and stay there for a while. Close your eyes. If you want to do it now, I will play the bowls for a while and maybe
Go for it then.
Those hand gestures, they remind me of both what you see in mythological ninja, like when you see a ninja, as well as modern gang signs. Who's to say what we're conveying with our gang symbols? Good Lord.
I was seeing like ancient Hindi, when they dance, the Indians
Absolutely.
as well, a little bit in that.
Also, when you saw him grab the index finger of each hand, it looked like a pyramid without a capstone. There's so much to. Oh my man, that's very, very, very beautiful. Thank you, Paul.
Don't we have thumb wars as well? We have thumb wars in America. It's a game where your hands come together. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a thumb war. And the whole point is, right, you're battling to pin down someone's thumb, but that's the ether finger. This is the ether finger, I think, in Hindu.
Probably it's
right?
In many other disciplines. I Ching and each one has its way. Some say it's fire. I don't know about that. I do experience what I've told you, and probably this is ether, yeah, because it's definitely different than the other four. So it must have this.
Would you mind explaining what each finger represents on the body?
Yeah, this for Jiu-Jitsu, this stands for worry. And it goes for 8 in the morning to 12 during the day at noon. At noon it changes, and this change is it really feelable. Is this word correct? You can feel it very, very dramatically. Or I can, and you should can too. At 12, you this finger, the pinky. Okay, in both hands, just for 1 minute, two, whatever you'll be doing, eating or no. I mean, it's not possible. It's not possible. But whenever you can, for a while, and it's strange. It's strange. The first times you feel this change, you say, "Wow." And it goes even more far beyond, because they say that each finger, every division of the finger stands for the upper part for soul, the middle part for mind, and the lower part for body. So this would be spiritual fear, mental fear, and body fear. And so this one is for anger, the middle finger.
How ironic.
Yeah. And the ring finger is for sadness, and the pinky is for tension, pretending. So grabbing your pinky at noon, when the sun is higher above you, it has some meaning. It eases you, because that is the hour when, you like it or not, there is more energy. Everything is the work is almost done. We are reaching our food. At least here in Spain, we eat everybody at 2 o'clock in the evening or 1 o'clock, and it's the moment where our sun is directly upon us, and it has. Give a try and let me know and share it. That's it about. That's what it is.
Could you also explain further what you said about hours of stress? What are the hours of stress?
Of stress, the hours of. No, in Jinshin Jitsu, you have many. Each finger for different hour. You can grab your finger whenever you need, as you know, as I've said, worries, if you feel worried, no matter what the hour is. But as the day goes on, different cycles come through each of our bodies. And as I said, at noon, you have to, if you grab this one, you will feel it very intensely. And at 6 in the morning, if you have a chance, not sleeping, grab your ring finger, and it goes changing every 4 hours. For 1-2 minutes, you can grab it, or maybe more if you are liking it. If you have a company with you, you can grab 2 fingers. If you have more people, you can grab all of their fingers, and that's so intense, and it goes. Not liquidly like our blood goes. It goes in another way. It's other thing. Related to our emotions and feelings, which should be fed and cleaned. Yeah. Jacob, go.
Thank you so much. I have to run. I have to go. But before I go, I got to teach. I wanted to I made some connections to what I was doing. So my mom had this game called This Little Piggy Went to Market. The piggy was my toe, and she would count my piggies, or my pigment, or Pygmalion, or the pig constellation, which relates to, I believe, Ursa Major in Chinese, which is the she-bear, which relates to Cancer again. That's a constellation with a lot of love and birthing. So when they're counting the piggies, they're counting your feet. We come in the fetal, feet position. Now, in the Kabbalah, your yasod, where the meditation comes from, it's the foundation sphere In Kabbalah, in yoga, it'd be something else, what they call the crotch chakra, where all your energy, your food, your moods, this is the mood, down the stomach, intestines handle the panicking, your butterflies are all here. So these games, right? This little piggy, the thumb war, those are mudras. That's us finding another way to go back to touching the parts of your body that are either sick, metaphors of love, playing a game, communicating with your neighbor. Like my man said, we don't play games anymore. We don't shake hands like we used to. You know, we don't touch someone. We don't hug somebody. We punch them. We push them away. We yell.
Yeah,
We're not bringing them into us. Yeah. Go ahead.
Falls with friends, you know, whatever.
Yes.
I live in a town, and whenever I go walking, and when I see people's faces, and some people is we all experience that. Some people is suffering for nonsense. I mean it because we have many solutions in our hands. I would say that.
Yes. Well said. I have to run, but can I say that can we say that we're dancers before I go?
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, very quickly, what you're saying is regaining our power back again, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, we must.
Yeah. Anyway, over to you, Jay.
It's a duty we have. We can't
Oh.
let the
Ready
plastic
when you are, brother.
and this must not happen.
Okay,
Sorry.
so on 3. So, sorry.
We'll
Pardon me.
just let Jay do his 1, 2, 3 and let him go because he needs to go, and then carry on talking with you. Go on
Okay,
then, Jay.
before I go, I want to show Paul my mudras. This is what I teach in angles in motion. It takes a square and a triangle to make the atomic circle. So on 3. Thank you. Oh, beautiful, Paul. Oh, yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, man. 1, 2, 3.
We are
We
dancers.
are dancers.
Dancers. I want to dance. Let me
Do it.
dance.
Do it in your living room. Do it in your chair. You can dance things everywhere, y'all. Just do it.
I also do
Thank you, Jay. Love you, Jay.
He's juggling. Thank you. He's juggling. That's Jupiter. The same word.
Hey, that is a talent. That is a talent that is so hard to acquire.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's definitely worth it.
I love it.
It
I love it.
works
He's
both.
awesome.
I believe the reason it's hard to attain is because it works both all 3 parts of the brain, left,
Yeah.
right, and center.
Yeah, and it's very ancient juggling, and you can't leave it. It's addictive. A lot of things you can do with just 2 balls, difficult things, which are great, very powerful.
Absolutely.
Juggling's all about balancing, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Karen.
I can do it, but I was going to say I can do it, but I can just about do like 1.5 efforts, if you know what I mean, revolutions or cycles, whatever it is. And then it's like, oh no. But I get the start of it, and then 1 or 2 movements more, and then I lose it. But it's it's nice. It's like poetry in a sense, It's kind of the fluidity. I love the way it's
very like.
Yeah.
You start to move and balance and making circles. It's making circles.
I believe the other reason it's so appealing to us is because when we see one do it, they do it with ease. But once you grab those 3 balls and you try to do it, you realize that it's not the process is just like I was saying with improvisational singing or improvisational comedy. It's letting go and allowing the body to understand what it knows how to already do.
Yeah, it takes falling. It takes falling and waking up a few to get the muscles strong. It's just a matter of moving yourself enough. Just nobody burns, as they say here in Spain. Nobody burns taught. Nadie nace enseñado en español. Nobody borns taught. I don't know if it makes sense, but if you can do these 2 balls, you can do it reverse, and the next thing is 2 in one hand.
Just like he does it just like it's simple. You could just pick it up and do it, guys.
Yeah.
It's a great explanation, though. Great explanation there.
If you can do
Absolutely, it's beautiful.
One good exercise I want to share with you people also is Jin Jili Do. It's another name which is similar to Jin Jitsu, but it's not. Well, basically, you don't remember the name, it's no problem. It's basically doing standing on one foot with your eyes closed. Eyes closed and standing on one foot. Okay? It's not easy. Eyes closed and standing. This is an exercise to improve during your whole life. Okay? It's good for your brain, it's good for your balance, and they say cures disease in old people, and that is includes us all if everything goes well. So give a try. Please.
Can I start with standing on my 2 feet with my eyes shut and then slowly working onto one leg, because I think I'd have a bit of a panic attack if I had to lift one of my legs up.
A panic attack. When does that happen to you?
She's in quite.
I'm just saying, can I stand on 2 feet with my eyes shut first? Start off slowly. What I meant to say.
Yeah, do it. You can open your eyes when you feel you're going. Just try. Don't force yourself. I do it because I've done it for years now, and it's just a matter of do it 30 seconds. If you reach 10 seconds first times, allow yourself, don't get too self-demanding at the beginning, but constant. I will be reminding spiritually.
So sort of meditating with yourself as well.
Yeah, meditating. I think the best way is sun gazing. It fires your brain and cleans your heart in such a way that you need nothing else. Of course, there are a lot of other things, but at the very first hours of the day, it gives you a lot of energy in the morning, and if you do it at night, it relaxes you. If you can't do it, it's difficult to go and find a spot where to find it, where to look at calmly. But do it sometimes, because it's direct light to your pineal gland. And it's definitely worth it. I would like to, if someone in the panel, has anyone heard about?
Sorry, say that again.
It's, I'm going to spell. It's BUSTROPHE. T-R-O-F-E-D-O-N. In Spanish, I would read Bustrophodon. It comes from the ancient Greek, and if anyone can just Google that and see the images and share the I don't know how this works very much, and just seeing the images that Google shows will give you an idea of what this is about. It's an ancient writing way which made us use the brain, both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, or at least not simultaneously, but very quickly one and then the other. It's just writing first line normal and second line backwards, and keep doing that the whole time in a snaky way. So your brain has to use the one part of the brain, then the other, one part, then the other, and it's awesome. It's awesome. The fact that they have taken it away is because it's so awesome that you are reading and you are bright as hell. And first time it's very you have to go very slowly, okay, because you just are able to pronounce the words, then you are able to find the meaning of the word. But here's my request to people in the chat or whoever watches this: if anyone is able to control or goes or can manage well with Excel, if they know how to do something like this, or have an app, I mean, it's, or does anyone know in the chat room about this? How to write backwards?
No. We're all
Yeah, I don't know
listening.
either. It's frustrating for me.
We're all listening to you, Paul, so carry on.
Yeah.
What, it's frustrating that nobody else knows about it?
Bustrophodon, how can I share my screen?
Yeah, I've not heard about it, but I'm just looking at it now. It looks kind of intriguing, actually. That they write one way and then they switch the way they write and write the opposite way, like mirror writing, and then they change the line again. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
alternate from line to line with this way they write, you know.
It's fantastic. This was used in ancient Greece, and it was probably erased because it was so good for your mind and your intelligence.
Yeah, because we're left brain people now, aren't we?
Yeah. And we don't have the ability to shift from mental state of mind. As you know, during the day, we pass from one frequency to another. When you wake up, you are in a low frequency, and then you go into beta state of mind, which is a faster frequency, and at night you come back, and then at deep sleep you have a deeper one. We have 4, and the point is to develop the skill to enter and leave these frequencies. Does this make sense? We all experienced it in many times during the day, but it goes without our will. And you can develop the skill to enter. It's becoming more intuitive with with a bit of meditation. That's it all about. Just becoming aware that there are other states of mind which are more healthy, and don't be afraid of strange things happening also, because the deeper you go and the more natural we become, the more strange things will sound. New things and healthy things might also
You can do this,
sound
can you, Paul?
strange.
You can do
What?
this. You can write. You can do this, can you? Write backwards.
No, but no. It's the point is not writing backwards. It's which is also a skill. The point is reading backwards. It's reading backwards. A good point
Right.
is to write with your left hand. That is, if you are right-handed, learn to write with your left hand, and if you are left-handed, with your right hand. That is very rejuvenating, because you feel like being in the school with 2 years or 3 years old and taking a pencil for the first time. I really
Absolutely.
Hey, Josh, I was going to chime in with you because the left brain, right brain, taking away stuff. We were talking about this kind of stuff earlier on, weren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
All the takings away. That makes sense, doesn't it? That we
Oh
were
yeah, but
using the left
you,
side and
you
the
got to
right
think
side of
how
our brain.
deep the confusion. Sorry for cutting you off, Miss Karen. You got to think how deep the confusion is. For instance, just between English and Spanish, the word for ceiling in English is really relative to this word they use for sky in Spanish, cielo. Cielo and ceiling are spelt the same way. I believe that comes from the patriarchal firmament. I believe it's a thing to keep us deceived and to keep us confused. There's so much confusion between all our languages, between all of our theosophies, through all of our ideologies. Excuse me.
Could I say something based on that there? What you just said about ceiling. So I've also come with a connection, and it's to do with sky. Sky for us in English is spelled SKY. Then there's a Danish word called sky. It's spelled the same, but it means cloud. So you've got this cloud. It's up there, but it's not the same, is it? One is sky, the other one is cloud, and then
Right.
you have ski, which means how do I explain that word?
Are there any similarities to English and Danish?
There are so many. Yeah, so many. Well,
Okay.
gift. Well, try this one. Gift. It means to marry, but it also means poison. But it also means as a gift, present.
gift means poison. Yeah.
Scat means tax. It also means like darling. I mean, that go figure that. Scat, darling, tax.
Yeah.
There are so many words, so many. I mean, every word is interrelated in some way or other. Every word. They're all connected, no matter how you look at it.
Do you know anyone who speaks Afrikaans, which is Danish in South Africa?
It's not Danish, no, it's Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. Excuse me. You're right.
Afrikaans.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry. You're right. It's so sorry. It's Dutch.
I don't know. I did do, but I don't any longer.
It's such a strange language as well. The way they speak is so strange. I'm almost believing that what we call English is a far older language than what is Paul doing? What we call English, I believe, is far older.
Keep talking, please. Keep talking.
I would like to know what you were doing, though.
I'm just reminding the present position, just to make sure you remember it for tomorrow and for
I need to remember that one for life because I have spine. My spine's always out of alignment.
at the end of your ribs in your back, the end of your ribs. Okay.
I follow.
And the other one in the opposite side here in the here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Where's everyone gone?
Yeah.
Astral's gone as well, isn't he?
I'm here, and yeah, I think that anybody on a mobile gets kicked off. They just get kicked off. Just have to wait for them to come back.
Oh.
Damn!
I thought we'd been sniped for a second. Right, no
No.
one's shown the link.
It happened to me earlier on. I was on with Joe and Flat Earth Unity, and Astral joined us, but I got kicked off. And I was on my mobile. Damn! Come back, everybody. Whoa.
Anyway, Lev, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
Good, good. How do you
Snipe.
Eh?
Flat Earth Unity saying sniped. Oh no, he's back now. Josh?
Nobody shared any links, so it can't have been sniped.
Josh? Paul? Josh? Paul? Oh, what's going on? Oh, that was going really well as well. Yeah, but that was going really nice. If everybody understands, that's like Paul's first time he sort of said stuff on a hangout, and he was just really relaxed and going for it. And now the hangouts, we've lost the people for now. Oh, Josh is back. Josh?
Hello.
I think I'm back, sister.
Welcome
Oh, you
back.
thought we got sniped then? No, with no links gone out to anybody except the people on the panel.
Very good. Very good.
We still need Paul, and because I think we're not sure if he's on the computer, but something's wrong with the phone.
Yeah, I think
Can
he's
you
on
come-
mobile as well, just because he wasn't able to share his screen when he wanted to share his screen.
And we've lost Astral.
Was that little girl's voice then? That was spooky.
Yeah, that's Josh's side.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my little son. That's my little guy.
sorry. I thought it was a girl. Yeah, it just said, yeah,
Yeah, he's
what?
2 years old. You know, they all kind of sound the same at about that age.
I know. Oh, bless.
Well, we've lost a few people, but Horry says you'll come on for a little bit. Should we add Horry?
Oh,
just
absolutely.
And just hope that Paul gets back on then. And Astral. There you go, Horry. I've done it.
Oh, she's done it.
I've done it now.
What did you done it?
I've done it. Can I just say that was really annoying, wasn't it? Because I was just explaining, Josh, that that's Paul's first hangout, and he was really getting into that, and he was really relaxed now, and then it stopped.
It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna console and convince to keep coming back. You know, there's obviously something to that.
You hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you, Paul.
So much better too. Can hear you so much better.
Yeah, that's a computer, but I can manage the camera. I don't know. It's a new computer here in our house, and I can't.
Since things have
don't
kind
worry,
of gone
we've got
fishy,
you
you
back.
know, if need be, you can just convey with your voice this time, and we can, you know, set it up for another time where you know, are more visual.
Maybe you hear this better.
Almost positive, Miss. Just
I also would like to share about good plants that are around us, and in this time of the year, do people know about nettle? Nettle in Spanish is ortiga. Ortiga urticantis, it's the Latin name, and it's, you know, it's the plant of God. God gave that plant to us for many reasons, and if you see one, take it with be careful, but take it home and feed it, and you can eat it carefully. You understand me, no? The plant that itches when you touch it.
Which plant?
Nettle.
Oh, nettle.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, got it.
Well,
I can verify that my father is heavily into herbs, and he's always said the same thing.
nettle
That's
is.
why the animals eat it the way the animals eat it.
Yeah, if you follow an animal, he would teach you many things. Well, nettle, and also for men, epilobio. I don't know the name in English. Epilobio is such a good plant for your parts and for your hair. So have a look to it and take. What I like to do, I started 4 months ago or so. It's making my own backdrops. You know what backdrops are?
No way. Explain, please.
Backdrops is some alcohol, some cognac, in a pot, in a jar, a crystal jar, with herbs, nettle and epilobio, or whatever makes you want to take the good from, and leave the cognac with the herbs in the closed jar for 12 days or more, and then you get that cognac and add some few drops in your drinks in your daily life, and enjoy because the Bible says so. Plants are for you to be fine, and there are many, and now it's a time where many springtime, and if you go to the free and watch in England, you have a wide variety, and in other places, I am curious for other places to let me know what plants we have in common and what plants we don't. You know, dandelion, nettle are so common. Dandelion is the whole year growing everywhere, and eating the leaves is so good. Eating the roots, it's a bit harder, but you can do this.
I believe you said dandelion. That's absolutely dandelion is very good for us. If that's what I believe I heard you say, dandelion.
Yeah, dandelion, yeah, for your
Yes,
liver.
sir. Have you ever heard of? I just stumbled. I had actually two things to ask. Have you heard that cilantro made into a tea removes the heavy metals from the body?
No, I haven't heard about it.
I just stumbled upon that information maybe a week ago. Someone told me something about that. And also, I've been looking into what's called master tonic or fire cider, which is ginger, onion, horseradish, cayenne pepper, or habanero pepper. A lot of things that are very spicy and astringent and pungent. Soaked in apple cider. You shred all of these things or juice them or whatever, and you introduce the pulp as well as the juice to apple cider vinegar, and you let it brew for 6 weeks or up to 6 months or as long as you need, really, as long as you live. And every time your child or anyone gets sick, you supposedly give them this cider, and it breaks the fever, it breaks whatever is going on, congestion, all of it.
No, fever is a good sign. It's sign whatever conflict has caused the illness. The solution has arrived, and it's a matter of time that the body it's getting well. And also garlic, I've heard, and I've stopped taking it because I used to. Garlic is maybe it's too powerful. You put onion beside a plant, and no bug go around it. And onion is good, but in a very moderate way, I would say, about onion. Onion and garlic, same thing.
I believe
Can
our
I just
body let us know that, because that's why it comes out through our pores the way it does. Onion and garlic. Excuse me, Karen. Please introduce Horry.
I'm so sorry, Josh. Thank you for that. Just wanted to say Horry had joined us. Horry, hello.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Karen and Astral Thief. How you doing, Paul? I don't think we've met.
Yeah.
A few others on panel. How are y'all today?
It's Monday, but we're having a really great hangout with Paul and everybody else. You know everybody else, don't you? Except Paul. You know, Josh, Levkungfu, Patricia.
Have I met Josh? He's shaking his head, huh?
Josh,
Is that him?
Fat Unity.
Yeah, you haven't met me, brother, but I've been following you for a long time, and I was advertising the piss out of you once I seen you in the Starman car. You don't even know. I was like, hey y'all, go hit up Horry. If you ain't know Horry, Horry's in the Starman right now. He got Milky Way bars flying by him. Go hit Horry.
It's definitely my favorite set. I love doing my show in the car.
How awesome is that?
Paul,
How awesome is that?
Explain to Paul, because Paul might not know. Horry said he'd like to pop on and he'd like to probably dress up. I don't know what I thought Horry was going to do.
Oh my God, you remember that?
He was sitting in the car, the SpaceX car.
Was I in
It
the
was
Jack
so
Skellington in the Jack Skellington suit for that one too? I was in some crazy outfit, I think.
Watch out for the Death Star.
Oh, the UFOs and stuff we got to watch out for too. They're gonna come flying by. But that's funny. This is an hour-long animation behind me, so like the whole show, like for at least 1 hour, there's like a solid like random stuff. It's all different for an hour, and then it loops. So we have carpet.
You can only see your. Oh, actually, yeah, that's it. I can only see your icon for some reason. There you go. There's the car.
But we have Cartman that flies by chasing the Tooth Fairy, shooting arrows. We have the Superman comes by every now and then, comes flying through. Got a couple, it's so funny. I'm a goofball. I'm a professional goofball, but it's working. That's the best thing about the stuff. If you send people to my channel, it's working. I do something called the Flat Curious Project, and I did another show last night. I think we turned one guy into a flat earther. Like by the end of the video, he just like looks at the camera and he's like face palming and he's like, wow. And he says, my mind is just completely blown. Like, I mean, that's great. If we could do that to somebody for $5, yeah, it's going to happen.
I'd like to add something to Horry's like Starman set, right?
Yeah,
Imagine this is what no, I just wanted to add this. This is all. Imagine if you had $1,000 put into that set. You know what I mean? Like, you put this together yourself. Imagine if you hired someone for $1,000 that has like, Freddie Wong digital video capabilities. Imagine how great that set would look and how you could just like, oh man.
Yeah, you're right. This is really what I did. I think when I said, Karen, I have an idea. Can I come to the show in a costume or something special? She was like, okay. So it took me like an hour, and I made this thing, this car thing, and it worked. It was just so epic. But no, I've been constantly adding things to the background. So if you think of anything fun, like we had a satellite. I was like, what can I put up back then? They're like, put up a satellite. I'm like, yeah. And somebody said, what? Oh, there comes one now. That's so perfect. The little satellite with the party balloons holding it up. So people ask me questions. Well, I got balloons on the satellite. Well, If you know that satellites are coming down in Brazil with balloons on them, you'll get the joke. So it's kind of a
Exactly. Yes, sir.
But yeah, it's fun, guys. But it's working though. That's the best thing about it. I'm not just here to make laughs, and I'm certainly not making fun of flat Earth. Everything I do, there's a rhyme and reason, but it's working. It's working. People are coming back in my room and being like, dude, thank you for going on that show with so-and-so 3 weeks ago, because I did a lot of research on things you said, and I'm a flat earther now. And I mean, just to hear that, this is at least the 4th or 5th time, that's fine, you know?
Hey, what's that going past then? What's that?
That was a baseball. A couple of baseballs, you know. Back when Babe Ruth used to play, a couple of his balls still floating around out here.
Hey, you and Paul have got something a bit in common, by the way, because he likes juggling and you like doing it with fire, don't you?
I do poi, yeah. It's a flow art, just the same as juggling. And I can't juggle nothing to save my life, so it's definitely a different skill set. But it's in the same genre, you know, flow art, I think.
I've seen the videos of. Is that you, Horry?
You kind of cut out on me, but yeah.
I heard that on the underground seat they call him Lil Poi.
Lil Poi. Somebody said I should make my name Lil Poi. But
that was me, bro.
Okay. They called me Pretty Lights Guy in New Orleans when I was spinning at the park. And I didn't know this, but I had people would come up to me all the time, and they were like, "Look, we've been watching you for like 2 weeks. You're always out here, and we don't know what to call you. So me and my friends just call you the Pretty Lights Guy." And I'm like, "That's perfect."
Hell yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Paul, what were you going to say, Paul?
Yeah.
What? Just reminding, if somebody is watching, as I was telling Horry, I do Jinshin Jitsu, which is a technique of I think I've said this to you in your comments sometime, and it's an ancient practice, and it goes hand in hand with Reiki and many other practices that comes from the power in our hands.
Oh, so you said you're doing a breathing technique that you're
Not exactly a breathing. It's not a breathing. It's just placing your hands in different places on your body. Like you would say that are like acupuncture points, but you don't have to do any pressure or anything.
I can see that. Let me ask you a question on that. And I saw you doing this thing with your back, and I was trying it while you were doing it, and I'm having like back problems today. I have this pain. I have no idea what's wrong with my back. I didn't stretch or do anything, and every now and then my whole back just like hurts, like it's sore, like I've been lifting weights. But so anyway, I was trying it for that, and just putting my hand right here was alleviating so much of the pain, and having the other hand over here, it was actually like helping something. It stopped the pain for me. So I don't know. I bet there's something to it. So I found that interesting. But I wanted to ask you if you feel energetically, or maybe it's just the actual temperature of that body part. Let's say you had no shirt on and you had a pain, let's just specifically like a nausea or something in your belly. Have you ever noticed that your belly is like colder if it's got a pain, or sometimes the spot will be like radiating heat, but I guess most of the time it's painful. It's radiating some sort of heat. I'd have to see if my back's doing that. But do you ever feel like there's a cold spot and you're trying to put your hand on, like when the hand thing that you're talking about helps? Do you ever find that spot's extra cold at the time when it's more helpful? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, every part of your body goes through different stages just during a day. So it goes through its main important activity during the day, and then it goes away. And it's not so working. So, and maybe whatever situation you are experiencing in your life, you may be going through changes, and this it somatizes somehow in your body. Pain is actually a good sign. It's simply your body is rebuilding itself again, as some Greek philosopher said. You never bath in the same river ever. It's always changing. So, and your hands help to move the energy. It doesn't for it to not get in a place without moving. You know, when the water moves, it gets oxygenated, so the energy in your body, which is ether or whatever you want to call it.
I'm starting to wonder if, you know, the ether and the aurora borealis and all that have some symbiotic connection, and how much of that we might have access to, or how much is constantly floating within us, through us at all times. I wonder if this energy is tapped into when I do energy work. I don't know how the stuff I do or have done successfully, I don't know how it works. I really don't. I didn't really read a whole lot. I just tried things and was just blown away time and time again that it works. And so I'm like constantly looking into very different sources of information that talk about this energy stuff, whether, and I don't look too much into Tai Chi and Qigong and all that, but I still feel like that's got something to do with this energy stuff. It might be utilizing this, you know, Tai Chi, you know, Qi, Kai, Qigong. I mean, I think it's all got similarities here. I wonder if it's all the same energy. Do you think the ether and the aurora borealis and Qi and Chi is all that the same to you? Or
Of course, we are more. It's more simple than all the names we put to these things. It's common to us. It's common sense in spiritual common sense, I would say.
Yeah.
It's the less common of the senses, as we say here.
I could see that, and I will agree, because my children, when they I taught them that you can do this. When they would fall and hurt themselves, I'd come over and I'd pull the pain out. They would instantly stop crying, no matter what it was. It could be like a real nasty head bump or whatever, and pull it right out. They stop crying. I mean, tears rolling down their face, screaming, boo-hoo, ha, ha, ha. Daddy comes over, whoop, no more, back to playing instantly. And then I would, do this every now and then, and they would start doing it to themselves. So I'd hear them crying, and I'd get up and I'd go and see, who hurt themselves this time. And by the time I get in there, they're already playing again. One had already pulled it out of the other. So, I mean, it's very natural. It's very natural. I didn't have to teach them anything. I just showed it to them.
Yeah. Definitely more into it than we are. We have to remember as we grow, have to become children again.
Yeah. We grow cobwebs on our spirituality, I call it, as we grow older. It just, and we're not using those muscles, if you want to put it that way. It's a shame. It's a shame. So I try to instill some things, very tangible things like energy healing and stuff while they're young. When they get a little bit older, I'll talk to them about how to control your dreams and the power of astral projection and how to accomplish that.
That is a powerful point. The face, like practicing for a few days, watching your hands and asking yourself, after watching your hands for a minute, am I dreaming?
Am I awake? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do it for a week or two, and then it happens. You become you become aware in your dream, and when it happened to me, I was dreaming that I was working during my position, but I knew that it was a dream because I had worked 2 hours before. So I just couldn't stop there. I went dancing in my dream, and it was
Awesome.
Can I say something? There are some questions now in the chat room, Paul, for you. Just a moment, right? Marilyn, I don't know if you can help her, but Marilyn says, could you ask the panel what's good for building muscles in your arms and legs? She's put her age in bracket. She says, no jogging, please. I love my knees. I do a lot of walking. Building her muscles up. Can anybody help with anything there?
What is the problem again? She wants to develop her muscles?
Yeah. Stronger muscles.
Well, that point that I've shown above before about doing standing in one leg with your eyes closed, it's very good. It strengthens your legs a lot, one by one, a lot. And walking is good enough, of course, or swimming, I would say, is the best exercise.
Okay, I've got another question for you as well. Sorry, Horry, I've just got to put it back on here because these questions come through. Paul, what does he think? This is from Avra. What he thinks of the 6 healing sounds of QI Gong.
I don't know them. I know they exist, but I know there's a lot of things in that through that way, but I don't know them. I know there are sounds like she or different sounds. Is this related to that? I don't know, but they do heal, like overtone singing. That we all should start right now to do overtone singing, because it's not all that easy. But the moment you start through your voice, you heal like the strings of an instrument that if they don't get played, they go down and they lose their tuning. Overtone singing is an easy technique that it consists of throwing. Most of you probably know this, and this is for the people who doesn't know. It basically is through the air of your singing, of whatever note you are singing, to your to there, el paladar. How is it in English, please, someone? El paladar. Through, you have to point the air through your pineal gland, through your skull, and there's when the sound resonates and you get another note. I'll try to sing something, maybe. As I shift from the E to the U, change happens. I'm not an expert, but it's also good for me. And whenever you change, you start with an N. You say the sound new, and leave the N for a while, and then go to the E. And then when you change from the E to the U, it happens something, and you resonate. You don't do 2 sounds, but your body resonates. That's the point. And through resonating, you feel at ease and you experience relief in places where you don't suspect you are able to feel. So start as soon as you can, because it develops. As long as you put the seed, it has no other chance than to grow, because you develop curiosity about yourself. And if anyone, I don't know.
Sorry, I wanted to comment on that, Paul.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to hear you say something like that, because I had this dream before, and I can't wait to have it again, because it was so powerful for me. And I still remember it so vividly. I was in this, funny enough, I was in a place like this. It looked like my studio now that I'm thinking about it. A dojo type place. It very much looked like a dojo with plain carpet though. And about 20 or 30 people were all coming in, and I was the person that was going to lead whatever event that I was doing. But it was like everyone was waiting on me, and I came to in this dream when everyone was like all eyes on me, and I was turning around in circles trying to figure out what in the world is going on. And then I got it, and then I was like, okay, we're going to begin. And then as soon as I began, all it was me going, and I'm looking around at everybody, and when this vibration was taking over the room, and the sound was louder than life, and all this, and it was just that same tone. I don't know anything about sounds and spirituality. I've heard a lot. I've been around singing bowls. My wife's into that, you know, and all this, and but I have never. So I've never been really interested in it until this dream, and it was so powerful for me. I felt the magic there in the astral in that dream. It's so much so that I can remember that like now vividly. It was very powerful. So I think there's something to it, and I don't even know, but I was like communicated with that knowledge apparently. So something showed that to me.
That just started when you dream with something, then it starts in some way, or you find a solution, or you start something. When you start it in your dream, you can't wait to do it in your real life, and you feel solutions and what you have to do. You know what I'm talking about. And with Tibetan bowls, what you are saying, the most healing thing of the bowls is when you have two bowls with the same sound.
Oh.
So this is what I have here now. I am playing right now. Two bowls with the same sound. That way that they try to cancel each other out, but they can't. And they have to sound coming in and out of the note. You feel that way?
Mm.
Well, that's what is healing. And if you don't know, in music, whenever you play a string in a guitar, by example, you can play one string and the other string without touching it will resonate. You can see it. This is true physics of sympathy. In Spanish it's called sympathy, I don't know in English. Sympathy of the strings. They resonate and they move without being played. And so that happens with us in our bodies. Is this? You understand, of course.
So like the sounds of the singing bowls are activating things within ourselves, like things that we don't know how to do on our own. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and with not just within yourself, with people around you.
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
That's powerful. There's something to it. There's something to sound. There's something to sound frequencies and the resonance, and it's really sweeping the nation. It's sweeping the truther community. I was introduced to this sound stuff and a lot of other things through Michael Tellinger's work. When he came out, he did a huge flat Earth presentation, and in there was like rock formations and stuff all over the place, and the rock formations were said to be harnessing the Earth's resonance and hertz and all that. It was just really, it was interesting. It really kind of made me think about sound and resonance and all this in a different way. So yeah, I'm gonna look into this.
I don't think we're under a very nice frequency, is it? I think I was watching a video about it. They changed it like the Second World War or something. There's a frequency and they've changed it.
Yeah, 432. Yeah, I study music, and I have a piano, and I go to classes, not because I want to get a degree, because I like it, and now it's free, paid by government. Gives you classes for free, and I had a piano tuned to 432. And now I have it to the normal standard, and I feel the difference. Next time I will tune it to 432. It's a bit lower. You don't really notice it, but it does hit more than the 440. The other one is not bad, but it's more directed to your, not to your heart, to your reasoning in your brain, I would say. And I encourage you people, if you study or have the will to learn music, to do it. There's a guy in YouTube called Rick Beato, which explains awesome and music falls apart all doubts and things that you think that's how does that sound so what in music in films is done and how simple it is. And Rick Beato, check out, it's awesome. He has some hits that we don't know he has written. They are played by groups, Blink-1 or Blink-2.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Can
That's
I
another
ask a
good one to
question?
make.
Just changing the subject a little bit, because when I was talking to Paul, because his family owned this petrol station, and he was telling me how the lorries have to be so careful transporting all liquid. You helped me make one of my little videos about just can't believe that aeroplanes have this fuel sloshing around in them like that. Can you just explain a little bit about the lorries, Paul? How they work?
Definitely true. The lorries come to the station to load the petrol and leave them in the tanks which are under the floor. And the lorries, when they can exceed 80 kilometers per hour, because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. And when they reach, they have to do maneuver in some, because it's not easy to put the tube, and they have to move very, very slowly, and it's very long, and the liquid goes and it's liquid, and they have to wait till it settles down, then move again, then wait till it settles down. Flying with that, it's whenever I thought of that, it makes no sense, not possible.
Also, one thing, because obviously, you just don't know all this stuff until you start looking into it. But the light, I don't mean the fluid, I don't know, there's different kinds of fuel, fluid, liquid, whatever. So there's heavier liquids and there's lighter liquids and fuels.
Nitrogen and a lot of other types.
Aeroplane fuel is the lighter fuel. And that's even more difficult to transport. Because I listened to some lorry drivers and they said it's better the heavier the fuel that you're carrying than the lighter stuff. It's much more difficult. I heard the lorry drivers say it.
That when it's empty, it's more dangerous. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's more difficult to carry a light. I know it sounds a bit strange when we're saying lighter fuel, but there are lighter fuel.
Yeah, it has to be more compressed because it goes to the atmosphere. For example, we had 98 unleaded petrol and 95, and we had to leave the 98 apart because it's not as consumed as the 95 because it's more expensive, and it vanishes. The petrol goes away to the dome. You see?
Evaporates, you mean?
Yeah, evaporates. That's it.
So what boggles me is that they've got this stuff which is a bit more difficult to handle, and they can manage to do vertical takeoffs. But then somebody on one of the posts directed me to 4D flying, and I can't actually see anywhere where anybody's put it on a commercial aeroplane. But when you actually watch those Airbuses and what they can do in the sky, it's almost as if they are actually using 4D to fly as well. Those things.
The strange curves they do.
Because they can do vertical takeoffs, and then they can just, it's not even that they drop, well, they do drop the plane down, but we're not talking of a very slow flying through the air and the planes can then moving down. I mean, you can watch it like drop down right in front of you. And these things, like, I do remember 9/11, they said things like the Twin Towers were sea level, okay, ground level, still classified, even though they were that high. And these aeroplanes then are flying at ground level, doing all these things, like they're flying around like a kite and then doing these maneuvers. And I went and looked up things like air shows. So the 747s, yeah, they would fly really close to the ground, but they'd just fly past. Whereas these other things, these big Airbuses, and they just do amazing things in the sky. I'm just like gobsmacked. And I know that engineers will say that these planes have fuel in them. But I mean, when you actually look at the wings, and they've got these struts in them and the electronics, and then when you actually look at the flaps and how far that actually goes into the wing, and yeah, they might show you a wing, but they haven't shown you with all the flaps on it and how they had to cut half the wing out to put the flaps on. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I picked up on hovering planes, and these planes may not be actually stationary, but they've slowed right down. So they're going maybe 5-10 miles an hour, and then people look up and it does look like they're hovering. How can they do that? These great big planes. Anyway, I just thought that was crazy. And you having a petrol station know that the lorries have to be very careful when they're maneuvering everything. I just find it incredible. What do you think with aeroplanes then? Just asking.
Well, it's a big hoax, another big hoax. But I do think it's very possible that compressed air, they use some kind of compressed air, and I wouldn't say that they are not spraying chemicals to make us dumb. I would say that I don't know, but don't know what to say, but just be aseptic enough to keep watching. Hopefully, till it ends. No. I don't know what.
I might have this all wrong about how engines work, but with the compressor and the supposedly fuel, it makes it so it's a bit like crystals, and then that gets burnt. So it's not like a gush of fuel is coming through. It's all going through as these sort of crystals to be burnt. So there you go. It's like, what? So, I mean, when you listen to the tons that these aeroplanes, like the engines are 6 tons each. Then you've got the fuel, which is tons, and some of that's in the wings. And then everybody doesn't realize that the wing is only attached to one side. So it's not like the other side is now being supported for the 12-ton engines, which are now sitting on the wings. It's called cantilar, whatever it is, because it's only attached at one end. And those things are carrying 12 tons, and the fuel and the hydraulics and the wires and everything else that goes in it. It's amazing, don't you think?
Yeah, and the final joke is telling us that the Twin Towers got burned by the fuel. That is the ultimate joke. You know.
Yes, it is. Does anybody else have an opinion on the planes? Josh, Lev, Patricia, Astral, Horry.
I'm back. I had to step away for just a minute.
Do you have an opinion or a feeling about aeroplanes or not?
Oh boy. That one. I kind of think that there's something to it because of what you were trying to talk about is how much fuel they can hold. It doesn't make any sense how these things are able to hold that much fuel if you look at the schematics and the blueprints and how they're made and what the engineers say they can hold, and then you put like you see those memes with the car, all the cars fitting into the wings, like holding that much fuel, and it just doesn't make any sense when you see that. And you have to ask yourself, is that really what's going on? Are the schematics right? And then it's just not my forte, but yeah, there's just something crazy to it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that big bird, it's not the A330, it's whatever it is, the next one up. Now that does have pretty big wings, but like people have to remember that even if there is a large section attached to the plane, in there still has all the flaps. Don't forget the wheels got to go up into there. The wheels are going up into the wings, so there's got to be a large area in the rings for that. And then you've got all the wires and the hydraulics and the wires to this thing. And then you've got the rivets and it's like...
Karen, I think you should go visit an airport and see an actual airplane one day, to see where the wheels go up into. I mean, you've been watching old Spitfire films, I think, from World War II and what have you. They're not quite like that,
Yeah, some of them are on the wings. I'm sure I was watching one the other day with it on the wings. But anyway, I'm just saying there's so much going on in the wings.
They'll try to tell you that there's fuel that goes back and forth throughout the plane to get warmed and stuff because it has high altitude. So they kind of send some fuel, I guess, closer to the engine to warm up and then recycle it back. So for some reason, I've heard that. So that's an excuse for how the thing can hold so much fuel in various different parts. But still, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up when you really see all the all the pictures of the cars, stacked on top of each wing. Like, yeah, it's 12 cars, 12 Tesla Roadsters worth of weight in fuel on each wing of this, what looks like a particularly small aircraft in a lot of cases. So it does look like a really eye-opening conspiracy, but it's not my forte. It's interesting though.
We could have asked Lady Pilot, but she left earlier on. But she says that the cabin has to be pressurized before they even go off down the runway. So the plane is pressurized before it leaves the airport. So it's got to be something to do with that. Sorry, who was saying what?
Inside, where the people are is what's pressurized. What you're saying?
Paul, I don't know if it's like this for you guys. Is he cutting out for you guys a little bit? I want to see if I can help him fix it real quick.
Yeah, he's cutting out. He's cutting out for me. He has been all night actually, but I thought it was the distance to his mic.
Well, it could be, but the bit rate that I'm seeing his webcam push constantly. It could be that too. Try something, Paul. Do you see on the Google Hangout screen at the top? You've got like your microphone, your camera button. You've got like what looks like a wireless signal, and then you got the hang up button. You see that on the Google Hangouts window?
Yeah.
Look at the one that looks like a wireless signal bar and click that. It's your third icon. It's the middle icon. Click that and push that meter down about 2 notches. I want to see if your audio comes through a lot less choppy for everybody. It'll hurt the quality of your video by default, but this will tell us if it's your internet connection or if it's just you need to be closer to your mic.
Now?
You dropped the bar about 2?
Yeah.
You sound a lot better. Tell us a dirty joke, Paul.
In Spanish, I'll tell it in Spanish. Mamá, se me cae la baba. No es mese, es seme. No, es seme.
It's still cutting out a little bit for me, so I'm not sure if that would fix it. But if it's your internet, you'd have to bump it down further. But if it's your mic, you might want to move it closer and see if it'll maybe pick up a little better.
Horry, can I say something? My panel was stuck. Like I just really couldn't get it to move around earlier on, and I realised that the signal thing had gone right to the top. You know that I put it down because you were there, and you were actually the one telling me. And Now I've got nothing. I've put it to 0, and now the Hangout's working great now.
You put your signal thing to 0, and the Hangout works better for you.
Yeah.
That it may be because you're transmitting less info from your end to Google. Maybe you have a limited upload or a limited signal, and you're actually like receiving your whole internet and sending what you need better. And that's not surprising. It's just what you need to do if you have a slower connection. Bump it down, whether you're broadcasting your stuff or just participating in a Hangout. The less internet you're just putting less choke on your internet, so you're able to like view the broadcast a little more smoothly, if you can think of it that way.
Yeah. The only thing that's gone a bit weird tonight is that when people came on, I could see them, and now I can't see anybody, but I can look on the chat room version and I can see people. I can see Paul, Astral sitting there a minute ago.
You can see the
Whereas
Google
on the
Hangout.
main panel,
You could see the Google Hangout panel and all of our icons, but like on the YouTube broadcast or something, we're not showing up. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, but earlier on people were, and then suddenly everybody disappeared. They're just icons.
Yeah, that may also have something to do with you turning your thingy down. It could be, but I would say maybe check out your connection more so than anything else. Do you know what you're paying for? Like, is it a,
No, I'm unlimited, but the pictures disappeared before I turned down the bar. That's why I thought I've got to do something here because it's not right.
When you say unlimited, a lot of us have unlimited, but do you know the speed, the down speed and up speed of it?
Oh, I don't know, Horry. You know this kind of
I didn't think so, but I don't think it's using your internet connection to host the entire Hangout. I'm pretty sure it sends that off to Google servers. So why it's doing that in the Hangout, I've been noticing that too. Like I see myself as a black icon instead of my studio set. It's going in and out, and I don't think it's a problem on my end because I do streams.
But they have changed the panel around, haven't they, a bit? Now I'm not sure it's because I haven't activated the camera. There's a camera now on the panel separate.
I don't know what you mean.
On this panel here, there's now a camera on there. There never used to be a camera, so maybe I haven't turned the. Oh no, it's not there now.
Well, no, the camera on mine just means to turn on the webcam on and off. And right now it should be showing me in a studio set. Well, now it is. It's coming back. It's weird. I don't know. That's strange. Yeah,
we're sort of digressing. Yeah, we're digressing off the subject on the technical internet.
But it has been
good to try to
for a
fix
while.
This stuff.
Dropping in and out.
Have you noticed that, Astral? Like sometimes our icons are not showing our video anymore. It's like black.
It's not that I've noticed, but I've noticed that when people are talking sometimes, or like you now, you're big on my screen anyway, but sometimes you'll disappear and your icon will show, even though, it's just strange. I think weird things are happening.
Yep. I got both of the Hangouts up. I have the Google Hangout screen on one computer and then the actual YouTube stream, and I'm watching the entire Google Hangout stream. I'm there, everything's working all right, but the YouTubers are experiencing our icons disappearing. I'm watching that too. Maybe I should Google that for you, Karen. If I can figure it out, I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah. But again, it happened the other day, didn't it? When only I was showing and everybody had to watch a whole Hangout with just me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, bling bling night. Yeah, you were on that, weren't you?
Yeah,
that was weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they keep changing stuff, don't they? Google. I mean, even YouTube, the whole page, it keeps changing.
Everything's changing. Every piece of software is, that's designed by a different company. They're always updating. And then Windows is always updating. And then when Windows updates mess with your drivers, that's basically like tweaking settings of your hardware, your sound card, your video card driver. Just a simple update to Windows can mess up your whole computer in so many ways. So as a rule of thumb, it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's why I don't turn on Windows updates ever. But if you have a weird problem and you don't know what the hell's going on, like from my stream, I had a mic crackling, popping sound every 10 minutes that would, if anybody was listening to me from across the room and had their mic up, it would just be terrible. So I had to fix that. And I accidentally did a Windows update and a fully updated Windows, and the mic problem went away. So I mean, little things like that. There's reasons to update. And for your situation with these problems, it might not be I'd go ahead and try to update Windows. I'd try to update Adobe Flash Player. I'd try to update your Chrome browser, your Mozilla, whatever you're using. These little things might fix it, Karen.
We've all talked about this before, though, about the fact that our internet lulls and comes back and lulls and comes back. About the time of the eclipse last year, everybody started noticing their internet had changed. But then again, you just don't know what they're doing sorry, they don't like the flat earthers. They don't. Everybody's being striked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
Everybody got a strike. So he can't stream on his channel. It just affects your live stream.
Wait, D-Marble got a strike? Oh, I got to write that down. That's going in the news broadcast because it's too much.
Josh, are you there? Josh?
Yes, ma'am.
Was I talking to you about it earlier? And I can't remember who I was talking to you about it. You know a bit about it, don't you?
You was talking to me. You was talking to me about it yesterday.
It was kind of like it's happened like a few days ago. He got a strike for putting that ODD video up. Him and Dredd both got a strike for doing that Brian Ball or whatever that little kid's name was.
Wait, Brian, what was in that video that got them all striked?
That they were saying that event, that kid was a crisis actor or whatever, and that was it. That was enough, apparently.
Sorry, but that's the thing right now. If you say anything about crisis actor, fake shootings, anything like that, hoaxes, anything like that, they'll strike you. So just don't even talk about it. Don't mention it. If you want to say something, say, hey, everybody, I just found a great video. Just click on the link in the description of this video. It will take you over to LiveLeak or wherever the hell else the video is hosted. Don't do that to your channel, guys. I know we want to talk about it. We really want to get the truth out there. But that's how they're forcing us to do this nowadays. They don't want it on their channel.
We were telling Russian Vids, he started speaking on stuff, and we were like, hey, you got to be careful what you speak on it.
Yeah. You got to shut. I mean, not to be rude, you have to kind of tell people in a nice way if they're talking about something like that on your live stream. You go, shh. No, not here. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I feel like that. I'm a bit paranoid about what we talk about, what we show.
You gotta be, Karen.
So
we make videos, and I'll put a fair use thing all over it because I know it's not my work. I'm using this for a bit of educational to talk about. Oh, goodness sake! And I'm thinking, I'm someone who's lost my channel for 3 months or the main channel, and it is so hard to start again on another channel.
Don't just be real relaxed about it, Karen. You gotta because you look at everybody's channel. I didn't even know D-Marble got strike. Look at Jaren, he said something about San Bernardino, and everybody's getting strikes for saying the same general thing. And it's being called bullying. Now, I was gonna say something a minute ago and kind of lost my track, but if you're gonna talk about this kind of stuff, just make a video on your channel and say, hey, I made a great video talking about this, and I can't say it here. So boom, go to the link in the description. Just do that. If everybody did that, it'd be fine. But yeah, you got to tell people not to bring it up on your channel. They'll strike. Oh, what I was going to say was because people will look how many people are waiting to troll streams like this, our streams, good Flat Earth channel streams. They're waiting to take us down, and some of them have the tools to do it. Let me tell you, all it takes is a little know-how to make an automatic script bot to make 100 Facebook, 100 YouTube accounts, whatever it takes, or go to Fiverr, go to a site like blackhat.com or some other website where you can hire people to do this dirty work that have bots that are coders, programmers that understand how to, you want 400 YouTube accounts made in the next 40 minutes? Well, that'll be $20, sir. And then you can take those accounts and you can even have somebody, if you want to really go as far as having them log into each account with the bot and flag your video for harassment and bullying just because you mentioned something you shouldn't have said, well, that's as easy as it could be like $40, $50 for one of these trolls to take out a good channel. And believe me, they'll spend it. That's not a pipe dream. It's a reality. I know this because I know a little bit about internet marketing. I know these bots are out there. I know you can hire these people to do what I just said. Okay.
Well, I do think they're trying to bring Flat Earth down, aren't they? Just trying to stall it.
Well, yeah.
Figures, changing the figures.
There's
like
people
the
that
View,
want to, yeah.
taking your
It's
subscriptions
not,
off.
not just flat earthers. I mean, anything or anyone who's talking about the truth, and the powers that be or whoever's in charge of those machines wanting to shut them up, they'll just get them taken down, won't they? Simple as that.
Yeah. Once you're under the radar, you never know who's going to come after you, what group is targeting you. Like, I mean, there's something big going around the internet right now about gang stalking and how they do it and how they choose their targets. And this guy basically worked for a company that said whistleblowing on this company. And I'm telling you guys what they're responsible for and how they even go as far as doing these experiments on their own employees to keep them even more embedded in the system and more like drones, sheep drones that just continue to perform mindlessly on the public and nefariously with their agenda. And it's basically like using signals to send messages to your brain, to that part of your brain that they can electronically make a voice happen or some kind of something in your brain. And it's basically, you can't distinguish the thoughts or the sounds or the voice in your head from your own thoughts. And you just think it's your own thoughts. And they've mastered this, apparently. It's a CIA operation, it's an MK Ultra type deal. But if this is true, I mean, how rampant is it? What are they doing? Who are they attacking? No, I think it's whoever's in the radar, whoever has been discovered, whoever makes it, big enough to be considered a threat. Whoever hits,
I think Patricia found it, to be honest, because she found this article which said that Google know that they've got a glitch and it does allow people in, and also when they're on the panel, it allows someone to come in and then whatever on your panel, they knew it was there, but they weren't going to take it away. And then you realise that YouTube is owned by Google. It's terrible, isn't it?
It could be their back door that they know is available. And you know what? Everything has a back door. I don't care.
They won't take the glitch out. What does that tell you?
Well, what is this? Yeah. They won't tell you. They won't take the glitch out. Right. They leave the back door open for reasons. They're letting their people into the back door that they know they have open. And all they have to do is say, yeah, that's a glitch. Oh, well, what? It's not a paid service. What the hell are we going to do about it? Right. Yeah. I could see right through that. I used to work for a cell phone company. They had a Celebrite machine. We would hook people's phones up when they come in and they'd be like, yeah, I lost my, I don't know my password to my phone or something like that. It's locked up. I need you to get all my stuff off the phone, my phone numbers, my pictures, all that stuff, and then wipe the phone. So we would be like, all right, well, come on in. We'll hook it up to the machine. And when we hook up to the machine, it bypasses every security measure on that phone. Everything. Like, who has an iPhone? You ever been locked out of your iPhone and then, like, the last time it says, like, if you don't get your password, it's going to wipe everything. You better have it all. It's going to clear your data. But bring it to a Celebrite machine, it bypasses that. Why? Because the cell phone company and Apple, they work together. The back door is installed in your phone, and Celebrite has access to the damn thing. Wake up, like, everything has a back door. Your processor, your processor of your computer, that's bypassing all your hardware. It has a back door built into your processor. So, I mean, it's sad. They talk about spying on us. They can spy on us anytime they want. They just have to know who to spy on. Get big enough. Get famous enough. Speak enough truth. Speak loud enough. You're going on the list. That's it. Sucks. That's what I think. And that's really that's why I kind of like, I'm not sure about how, I'm not sure if I want to present myself too professionally on my own show, but I got a surprise for you guys. This next news broadcast, I'm going to show y'all what I can do. Just kind of for when I put something really important out there that I want everybody to share about Flat Earth, I'm going to use this new studio and hope people share it, because it's going to make me look like I'm on frickin' CNN. It's going to look great. But I toned my stuff down. So people don't take me too seriously. Just the people that read between the lines appreciate what I do. So I'm okay about that. But
You're
yeah,
pretty distinctive, aren't you?
what's that?
You're pretty distinctive.
Does that mean unique? I'll take that.
Yeah, you're
They-
pretty unique. Yeah, I'll use that word.
Yeah, I guess you could tell. I mean, I put my logo on everything, but I don't want to look. I don't want to be invited to CNN. I want CNN and ABC and all these big news outlets to look at the Horry Sheet Show. First of all, they're going to be deterred by the name first, right? Let's hope so. It's part of my plan. It's part of my plan. And I don't want to have ABC is not going to invite somebody that calls themselves the Horry Sheet Show on their network for various reasons. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's part of the reason why I named it that. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. It's just you don't want to get too big, but you do want to reach a big audience. And where we can go into the who's buying views. What channel is buying like 40,000 of their users? I don't know, but I think a lot of the channels are, and a lot of the channels we know and we love too are doing this. And I had a private talk with somebody that kind of agreed, and it's kind of sad, but I mean, look, if you're using the system to boost up your truth, that's one thing. But some of these people we know and we love are trying to just control the movement. And I'm not going to drop a name on your channel, but yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, it takes a long time to build a channel up. And
Yeah.
if you can't do it with the truth, what's the point?
The only point is there's a valid point to it, though. If you're gonna, I'm gonna play devil's advocate on my own statement that I just made. Is that the point of buying subs? Let's say my show. Let's say I wanted to get as big as I can. I'm not opposed to doing this either. I've actually gone to some sites that will get me some fake views, and I tested it on a video that didn't go even to this channel, but it didn't even really work. But the thing is, the reason why people buy views or buy subs is because who are you going to trust if you came across some bit of information that you were like, that kind of makes sense. I wonder if it's real. What's the first thing you do? Like subconsciously, I think a lot of us do this. We look at the subscriber button and we go, how many subs does this dude have? We look at the comments below. What are other people saying about this? What are other people saying about what I just scratched my head about? And you're like, you see all these comments, you look at the sub button again, you're like, this is about 50,000 people or 230,000 people or 600,000 people. There's 2 million people subscribe to this channel. Maybe I'll subscribe. Maybe this is real. Maybe this is real because it got a big sub count. Well, what if that said 10 subs? What if I had 10 subs and it only had like 3 comments? All good comments. Well, what looks better? 50, 60 fake comments that you don't know are fake that look good, supportive comments, and 600,000 subs. Are you more apt to believe what the video just said? Most likely. That's how human brains work. That's how we work. That's it. Sociology 101. Okay. Look at the video. They got people that are in the, this is freaking hilarious. They're in a waiting room, okay, like a dentist office or something. I don't know what the hell. But there's like 20 people sitting down in chairs, okay? Imagine this. 20 people all sitting down, holding magazines, reading whatever. And this new lady comes in. She's just like, she signs up at the front desk. She picks a chair. She sits down with everybody. All of a sudden, you hear the intercom go, boop. Everybody goes, immediately they stand up and they just look around. They stand up. They're doing this and somebody gets called and that's it. And everybody sits down again. Well, the lady she's new to this and that's not really common. Why would you stand up if something beeped? You're like, so anyway, she looks at everybody when boop. She looks up, all these people stood up and she's the only one sitting down. She's like, oh, she stands up. She looks around. Everybody sits down. She's like, what the hell? She sits down. 10 minutes later, beep. Everybody stands up. She stands up a little quicker this time. Everybody sits down. She sits down a little quicker this time. By the third beep, as soon as that beep, she stands up. She knows what's up. Sociology 101. They know this. And it's sad. Everybody follows along. Does that make sense? I hope I tied this in together.
I saw that video.
Yeah, saw that video?
I've seen that as well. It's just crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy.
How people can do,
Yeah, that's why you buy subs. That's why you buy view counts. Okay, it works. Play the game. Spend some money. If you have good truth. If you're doing it and you're buying your subs and you're putting down good channels, boy, I can drop some names. But boy, I hope that karma will bite you in the butt. If you're clawing your way to the top the wrong way and you're trying to gain influence and you're going as far as putting good channels down in the process, well, you know who you are.
Well, I thought we were here for a truth movement myself. You have to start somewhere. We had to start. I think I remember, like maybe the first hangout we had, there was about 40 people there, and I thought, wow, wow, we got 40 people watching. Obviously, you want as many people as possible, because obviously we're trying to put the truth out there as best as possible through the people. But I am really chuffed with today when you think about it. Paul, are you back now? He just had to go for a moment. He's not back yet. It was just great. Like, we are the people, and we are doing this. We're all talking to each other and bringing new things in and making more friends. It's brilliant. It's the only way forward, I think.
And we have to support each other. And guys, if you like the channel that you listen to, do your part. If you're not a content creator, sharing your truth in your own way, trying to stick your truth out there and put SEO tags on your video titles when you upload them to try to get people who are searching the YouTube service, the YouTube platform. If you SEO your videos, you make the titles a certain way, you use certain words, popular words, you can get people to see your truth better. And you got to play this game. It's a game. You got to play the system, the platform, also the people, their minds, their brains. If you really want to gain their attention in a lot of ways, it's not being deceptive. It's just the more you know, the more you're able to do in this world, and you got to take it all into account.
Horry,
Wait.
Can I just say something?
Only if it doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I was going to say about people4people.life that if there are people that haven't signed up and had a look at it, do that, because it's looking very good, very good. Exciting times. It's all new as well, so have a look, check it out.
What is it again? People.life, you said?
People4people.life. I'm
gonna check it out right now. Open a new tab.
Horry, we're doing this with Rich, Mr. Thrive and Survive. What it is that a few weeks ago, well, probably a bit more than, probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago now, he came on to be part of the hangout. And by the end of it, he'd bought,
you bought the domain.
Yeah. But obviously, putting a whole thing together has taken quite a long time. Well, not that long, really, only a few weeks. But it's a bit like, hey, I've got the name, come and join it, and it's taken a few weeks, and he's still adding every day things to this web page and learning what it all means. And
let me get in touch with this man. I'm always looking to help people, and it's almost time for me to start reaching out to people like him to help. I don't know, with a video, just a promotional video or something, because that's what I do. If you don't know who I am, I do video.
Horry, would you help him a little bit?
Oh yeah, I want to. It's the fact of biting off too much more than I can chew. I'm saving up for things. I'm saving up for a 4K camera. So really, I'm trying to go full steam ahead on. That's why you see me doing a lot more Fiverr live streams, a lot more posts on my Fiverr account, Facebook group. Because I'm trying to get more sales. I want to buy an awesome 4K camera, and then I want to start putting myself out there. Because after that, I'm not going to need any money. But I'm really trying to save up this $1,500 for this thing, and I'm about half. I got about 500 saved up. So, I need the extra 1,000. But once I do that, then I'm really going to want to start reaching out to people like him and Robbie Davidson and FE Core. And everybody knows me right now. So I'm in a perfect position. But that's why I'm waiting. I'm kind of I'm purposely not going to people yet. And there's a rhyming reason for it. But yeah, I do want to help him. But I'm almost there. You know what I mean?
Good luck for that, Horry.
I know what he's going and trying to do, and I totally appreciate that. Also, another one, Aaron Krishock. the Lumen Project. You guys have had Aaron on here. He's another one that I kind of extended my help to as well. And I actually told him, if you get X, Y, and Z for me, I'll put it all together and make you a video. So he's got my help right there, because he's also doing amazing things. Look at the Lumen Project. Is it LUMEN?
Ian.
Right.
Yeah.
Lumen Project. Yeah, I think he was gonna involve cryptocurrency to kind of back it.
Lumen, that's how you actually say it. It's Project Lumen, because I did that the other way around.
Oh, you're right. Project Lumen. Okay. All right. Thanks for correcting me. Once it sticks in my head, boy, it's gonna be hard.
I think you can also find him at Earth Aaron, if I remember correctly.
Earth Aaron?
Yeah,
Is that
Earth
on Facebook?
Aaron.
Is that on Facebook, Astral?
I just think search that on Google, yeah, Earth Aaron, and you'll find he's got a website by that name as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead, Karen.
Well, I was just going to say, we have been going for nearly 3 hours. Excuse me, 3 hours now. I just wondered if everybody wanted to say a little bit before they went, because it's midnight here, and yeah, I had quite a late hangout last night, even the after hangout. Angel turned up last night, and so did Robert Kidner, and Dojo stayed for a while, so it was a bit like, I probably didn't go to bed till about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh. Well,
you know, it's always the late one on when you all do hangouts, isn't it, really?
You guys are doing hangouts so late. I remember a lot of times when I join, you're like, oh, guys, it's like 1 a.m. for me. Should we cancel and stop it? But yeah, look, go to bed, Karen, get some sleep. And if I will say this, I just realized that I have like the next couple of days with nobody at my house. I'm gonna be live streaming like nobody's business. I'm so excited. So Astral Thief, I wanted to talk to you at some point about maybe doing a guest stream together, talking about things that we could talk about, astral projection, energy healing, things like that. Just to stick some good info out there. So I want to link up with you. I'm gonna drop my Skype in the Google Hangout in just a minute, but I want to tell everybody I'm gonna be going live. If you're interested in working at home, I'm gonna teach you how to use the Fiverr platform. I'm probably gonna stick another gig up. That's about it. Check out my stuff. It's worthwhile if you're a flat earther trying to break away from the system. But thanks, Karen. Love what you do.
Oh, we love you, Horry. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, when you finished with watching us, go over to Horry when he starts his. Josh, are you there? Josh. Lev, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Sorry, you've been very quiet tonight. Do you want to say anything before we go?
No. I think it's one of the subject with aliens and stuff. But there were a few points raised, kind of thing that I was thinking about. I should have wrote notes. I'm going to do in future. But no, I'm shattered as well. So
thanks, Lev. I thought you might like the healing part of it.
Yeah,
Astral?
I enjoyed that part of it, and I think it would be interesting actually to talk some more, and to find some more points where to hold here, and if you do this, there's plenty. I'm sure there's plenty. Just like these, yeah, exactly, and just like these pressure points that I've experienced. Sorry, you go on, Lev.
Yeah, like in Tai Chi, all the different movements in the set that they do. Every frame or position the body's in, like one way they're twisted and looking one way, and the twist in the body is like constricting against like one of your organs or expanding against it, kind of thing, so you can breathe, or it can't breathe for that duration and stuff like. So it kind of helps German stuff like.
That makes a lot of sense.
it's different positions and stuff. Yeah.
You know
But,
what I
like,
try. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You came in and said you were making references to all the different energy related work. You know what I mean, with Kung Fu and Reiki and all those different kind of things. And yeah, it is. Yeah, it's because especially internal Kung Fu and stuff like that. It's definitely related, you know, definitely to yoga and stuff. So all these ancient ways where this was studied and practiced, but when the time it came out and stuff like, you can see that it's related in that way. You know, there's a massive connection how it. It's like they used to know about your light body, how your chakras work and stuff like, and it's gonna like all these different cultures and stuff. But nowadays, it's gonna, you know, most people it's laughable to talk about, you know. But no, I really enjoyed it. I'm sure there's more I was gonna say, but like I say, I should have wrote notes.
You know, it really helps, especially if you're going to do your own live stream and present info, write some bullet points. But no, that's great to know that the way you just put it really kind of clicked in my head. The way the Tai Chi or Qigong or whatever exercises help you twist and turn your body, it's pressing organs against each other, it's making energy connections. And that's what I feel is most beneficial. Like I tried to do I tried to turn a poi routine, me spinning some poi into a energetic practice, and I found that certain ways that I would push my body and stand were not only beneficial as a stretching position, but it felt very energetically like moving and freeing. So I wonder if any of this could go in common, you know, if any of this could go together. So yeah, that's interesting to connect the dots there. Thanks for that.
I think that Paul is away for a few more minutes, but I think he's probably closing down the garage. But I'd very much like him to come back and talk more about what we've been talking about.
Well, you know, Karen, I can start twerking a little bit. I think that will entertain everybody for at least the next 10 minutes. If you'd like, I can begin right now.
I think I'm going to end the hangout. What I'm saying is, I don't. You're teasing me, Horry. Oh, you get it. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Slap my face.
I'm just.
I had to remember that. You're full of things. You are.
Astral got it. Look, I tripped him up over there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Patricia, are you there? And Josh, are you there?
I'm here.
Do you want to say anything, my darling? You're going to try those exercises then, or whatever they are, the hands-on? Not quite exercise, are they? But the hands-on.
Well, I've tried the hands behind the knees, but my hands hurt that much. I couldn't do it for long. So, and I didn't float around the room. So, I don't know. Maybe when I took a load of painkillers, it might help. But at the minute,
it's
no.
not just a one-off. It's not just a one-off, one-time thing, Patricia. It's something that you need to like regularly do. Obviously, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once I've got rid of the pain in my hands, I'll be able to put them behind my knees to get rid of the pain in my knees. It's like it's just a vicious circle. But anyway, I'll have a go. Yeah, it's been really interesting tonight. Excuse me. Yeah, I just want to say, because I need to go in a bit, I just want to say thank you to everyone, especially you, Karen, the rock of this Sun and Moon group. You know, where would we be without you? And just want to say that I love you. I love everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel, and that's it. Oh God, I started something now.
Oh, Patricia, I love you. But I always say, yeah, it's a bit like if you have me, that's one hand, and you're the other hand. We need two hands to clap. One hand on its own makes no claps. we're here because we're doing it together.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said earlier, you were the one that started all this. So if anyone's to blame, it's you. No, I'm only joking.
Yes, I knew it'd be my fault.
No, I'm only joking, Karen. You know.
Oh, I love you, Patricia.
Just that if you hadn't have started it, my life wouldn't have changed. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been here loving every minute of all these wonderful, beautiful people that come on and talk about the things that they found in their life. And I know I'm slightly waffling a bit here, but I just love it. I really, really love it. Thank you very much, Karen, for starting this group and starting the hangouts. And I don't know what else to say.
Oh, Patricia, more love, more love. Yeah, we do have some very interesting people coming on, don't we, and talking. That's really great, and it's the people. Yeah, I love you lots. Mwah. Lev's talked. You said all those nice things. Astral said something. Is Paul back with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
We're going to end the hangout now, really, because we've been going for 3 hours. I know you had to disappear for a while, but I'd like to say thank you very much, Paul. We've already decided while you were away, we'd like you to come back and talk a bit more about this another time.
Yeah,
is that okay?
Fine. I'll make a script. I'll set ready some new postures, and I'll say the same ones again, and whatever questions you may have, it will be great for answer, and if I can. And of course, I'd like to come back here. Of course.
Yay! Cool. And the family grows, which is brilliant. Horry, do you want to have the last? You can have the last word, Horry, because I don't think Josh is there.
I want to tell Astral, put that cigarette down, please.
That's all I had to really say. If I was gonna say anything and end it on a positive note, I love you, man. No, I love you guys. Thank you so much, Karen. And I would love to be back again and talk about some of the updates in a little more detail when I talk about some of the waking up of the people that I'm flat smacking. So I'd like to come back on and talk more about the project and its success. But thank you again. Love what you do. You have some amazing people in your panel, the community that you keep, and everybody in chat. It's just such a great environment. I can come here and be myself, have fun, present some little bits of truth. Your platform is a way for us to get our word out there, smaller channels to have a voice. And I love that about what you do. And you're just such an awesome and nice and sweet person. And boy, it's hard to come by. So thanks for doing what you do, hon. I love you.
Oh, Horry, it's likewise. I think we've already decided we all just want to get on with each other, haven't we? We don't want all that other stuff, and that's what really helps. And a bit of spiritualness here, and yeah, appreciate you. Mwah. I remember when I saw Sun and Moon on your channel, and I was like, oh my goodness, look! Somebody's reporting about us. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So you were the first person to do that. So thank you very much.
Well deserved. You guys are doing a lot of great things, and I recognize that. And I shared your channel, and I'm going to continue to share your channel. And believe me, I've cut the what is the term? I cut the fat. And you guys are still here. Absolutely. You guys are pretty much one of the top. So I love your channel. Thanks, Sun and Moon Group.
Oh, it's all together, isn't it? All together. Can we just say goodbye off air? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. You've helped me, Horry. Can we just say goodbye off air? But anyway, Thank you, everybody in the chat room. I think a lot of people have stayed the evening with us, so thank you very much. And we're back tomorrow with Russian vids tomorrow. Anyway, thank you, it is. Anyway, it's been a very cool night tonight as well. I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you very much, Paul, Horry, Astral, Patricia, Levkungfu, and Josh. And Jay, who's left. Anybody else left? No, that's it, isn't it? I think. Anyway, thank you from us. Thank you to you.
Did you say Jay?
I said Jay.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, my darling. Anyway, goodbye from us.
Love you all.